Welcome back to Voyages of Defiance, episode 16. Last week, we were stunlocked in the port of Chalcedon for about 3 hours. But we made some progress on those fronts. So today, the two big things that we have to get done are get past the blockade, and Brutal is trying to do a bit of a heisty-weisty. So we're going to pick up on October 20th. And I'm just going to let you guys choose. So we can either have, like, basically the rest of the crew go pursue the to get past the blockade, or we can go to Brutal. Which one do you guys want to jump on first? All right.
Brutal.
All right, Brutal it is.
Have a plan?
Brutal does indeed have a plan.
Okay, cool. Then let's do that. I think because we have a kind of plan.
Okay, well, Rudel, you wake up bright and early on October 20th. You hear the cawing of gulls. You hear the sound of a city coming to life. And what are you doing?
Well, the one thing I forgot to do is remind myself what the item was called in the display, because I believe that's important.
Indeed.
What is it? I mean, canonically, it was like in-game. It was yesterday that I went to see it. Is there
Indeed,
any way I could?
But such a small detail could easily be forgotten. But let's get an in check to see if you recall.
Oh. Alright. Please don't fuck me, game.
Please don't fuck me.
It was called a Lantern of Revealing.
Oh, I'm scrolling down. What did I roll?
Since you got an actual
shit.
20, I will also give you the description. This lantern glows with a sickly greenish hue. This is what's written on the card. This lantern glows with a sickly greenish hue. It was uncovered in the catacombs of a long-abandoned communer's conclave in Westbar. The sticker price was 350 gold, but Merlin would be... but yeah, the sticker price is 350 gold.
Yeah, I guess I'll go to the library to see, because all I need to do is free the thing. I'll go to the library and see what information I could find on the lantern. So,
there's basically two libraries here in Chalcedon. It's a big city, but books are very expensive, about $2,000 for even the shortest of tomes. So there's only two libraries, those being the University of Chalcedon, which you do not have access to as a random person, and the public library of the city, which is where you'll be able to go. As you begin to look through the many hallways, it has a relatively familiar organizational scheme. They do not have any publicly available books on magic.
Can I not pay my way into the university?
Yeah, so you head to the University of Chalcedon Library. At the front desk, there are several people. The lines are very short here, but you can tell that someone's eyeing you up, and whatever the prerequisite to enter this library is, you clearly don't have it on your person. So you approach the help desk, and a person looks up at you.
Hello. I was hoping there might be a way to purchase a day pass while I'm in town.
Which kingdom are you from?
The city-states.
Which one?
What is it called? It's called the city-state, is it not?
That's what you guys call it, yeah.
It's in Eastern Valoros. We call it the city-state.
Oh. Well, I'm afraid we don't have arrangements with any universities in Eastern Valoros.
So it's not possible to purchase some kind of day pass?
If you could get one of the faculty to sign off, or a signature from a local lord, then you could be permitted within the premises.
And who might be a local faculty that I might speak to if I wish to pursue this?
The clerk seems to think for a couple of moments. I think that Magus Archibald, I believe, holds some of his lectures out on the grass of the campus. You're not permitted into any university buildings, but if he conducts his class out in the open, as long as you're polite and you speak to him after his lesson, I doubt there'd be any problem.
Oh, thank you. Is there any way I could recognize?
He's bald. He wears wizard's robes of the school of abjuration.
Thank you very much. So Magus Archibald, I guess I'll go walk in the grass.
Yeah, you
Yeah,
walk.
look for this.
The campus is not too big. It's made up of 7 buildings made of stone. Clearly very expensive to make, but were built several centuries ago. The grassy sort of campus is really only like a single open square of grass with like paved pathways running through it. And looking out here, there's a couple of people, sitting in the shade of trees or on benches doing work. At the moment, there doesn't seem to be a class being conducted out here, but it's really early in the morning. In fact, you would expect no classes to be going on this early.
All right, I'll wait around for a bit to see if I spot a guy that fits Magus Archibald's description.
Yeah, at around. So something to note is you don't know what abjuration wizard's robes looks like. That doesn't mean anything to you, because every region of the world kind of colorizes the different schools of magic differently. Like in Mythdosia, abjuration is yellow. In the city-state, it's orange. Who the fuck knows what color they associate it with here? But bald is a good good descriptor to look for, because most of the people here are quite young. And you continue to just lay about, and at about 8:30 in the morning, so about an hour of waiting, streaming out of one of the buildings down the steps is a bald man in sort of flowing green robes. They're sort of a very dark green, a very plant-like green. And he has a large bristling beard, very well maintained, with streaks of white running through it, and he is followed by a group of about 8 people as they make their way out towards a large, one of the large grassy sections devoid of trees.
Okay, I'll keep my distance, but I'll still listen in on his lecture.
Sure. Yeah, you head out. He has a box in his hands, and he is yapping for about 1.5 hours about the spell Arcane Lock, because there are things that are intuitive for players to understand, but for, early practitioners of magic, figuring out something like, what can you actually cast Arcane Lock on? For example, can you have 2 objects that are disconnected, push them together, cast Arcane Lock on the bond between those 2 objects, and now have them attached? Turns out, no, it doesn't work like that. Can you take an object that doesn't have a lock to begin with and cast lock on that? No, it doesn't. So it basically just goes through every possible use case for the spell Arcane Lock, and where it can and cannot be used, and how much money you can make in different regions, like where you should be casting the spell, where you shouldn't. And it's a very animated lecture. The 8 people here seem interested, but this probably isn't like a general class of all spellcasters at the university. It's probably a very select few that actually care about such a esoteric and very specific topic. And eventually it wraps up. He says that he'll see them the 2 days from then, and they start to stream away, and he starts to fiddle with the box that he brought out for demonstration, which he cast Arcane Lock on like 3 times.
I'll walk up and just be like, Magus Archibald, a moment?
He looks up at you and looks around. He seems to feel like you get the sense that he thinks he should recognize you and doesn't, and then he does a double take and realizes that you're clearly not a student because you are well aged outside of that demographic. And his posture changes a little bit, and he says, "Yes."
Sorry for disturbing you. I have a bit of a inquiry. You see, I'm from Eastern Valgros, and I've been sailing the continent on my quest for intriguing items, and I'll hold out like up the bags of 2 bags of holding now, and like different assortments. The ship I was sailing on stopped here for a moment, but it seems the public library that you have here in West Exeter doesn't seem to have any knowledge on it. And, well, clearly I have no access to the university library. I was hoping you'd indulge another fancier of the arcane arts, just for one day.
Roll me a
That's all I
persuasion check.
ask. You know what? Should I use my inspiration on this?
If you want it to succeed, yeah.
I do have a +5 on it. You know what?
Sure, and then you roll a 6.
Yeah, I think I'm just gonna use a flash of genius.
Does that apply? Isn't it for tools?
I think it's for any tools or skills I'm proficient in.
Just pull it up real quick. Yeah, it
Makes
works
an
for
ability check.
yeah, it works for ability checks, though it does not work for tools. So, there's that.
So is it 23?
Yeah, in the future, it does not
that's
work for
awkward.
carpentry techs, by the way.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure using tools is still an ability check.
I don't think it is, because you can mod like those are skill proficiency checks. So even then, they're specifically tool proficiency checks. It doesn't say like for all proficiency. It says ability score, or it says ability, which means ability score.
So an artificer has a feat that doesn't apply to tools.
Sure. Either way, that's a 23. So Magus Archibald will slowly nod and say, "What did you say your profession was?"
Currently, I'm a scholar. Just roaming the world currently.
How'd you acquire such
my
expensive items?
Actually, it was from. I'm a bit of an adventurer myself as well. I've been.
He seems to
plunging
nod, and it all
into
seems to start
tombs.
making sense to him. He says, "Ah, I see. What were you looking to research?"
There were some items in one of the shops I saw downtown, and I'd also like to learn the history of them. I believe there were some sending stones that had some background to them that I couldn't quite recall at all.
Was it Merlin's Oddities and Curios, or Amboise
yes,
collections
yes.
of strange? Ah, I see. He slowly nods and says, "Well, actually, if you're looking for a tome that describes magical texts, there's no need to go to the, we can head to my office. I have a couple of moments between classes. I will have some questions about the items that you have, though."
Of course, of course.
And he begins to walk towards the building he initially exited. He's put the little box that he was fiddling with away into one of the pockets of his robes. "Bags of holding are quite rare. They're in incredibly high demand these days. You have not one, but two. How did that happen?"
Well, I'm an artificer myself. I simply replicated the magic that was already imbued on the first one. But the first one I came across, I believe it was in the plane of water.
Really? You're claiming you've been to the plane of water?
Yeah, you could detect my thoughts. I've been there.
I don't intend to waste a spell on that. Well, if that's true, that's very impressive. I've only met one other person who's been outside the material plane. I'm only vaguely aware of the lists that exist outside. It's impressive.
Hold on, give me a second.
Pause, champ.
Did you guys hear someone in the background yell Blake?
I did not.
Yes.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
You guys did. Oh, it's over.
Sorry,
Wow.
my mommy was knocking on my door.
Okay. Anyways.
So ambiguous.
No, it's really not. I don't think.
Oh,
D&D.
Mom!
Mom, I play D&D. No, dude.
All right, you continue up the steps with him. He will have a lot of questions because artificers are incredibly rare. There's no real blood reason for that. If you can be a wizard, you can be an artificer, but it takes a lot of work to become one, and typically their magics are seen as lesser to that of wizards, so not many people do it. But he has lots of questions about artifabrians, as he calls them, and he wants to know what institution you learned your magic from, which, since you didn't do that, he is a bit disappointed. But eventually you'll get to his
It's
office.
a bit of more hands-on skill.
Yeah, which is not satisfying for him because he wants books and you don't have any. But yeah, you guys meet up, head to his office. It's a very cluttered mess within. And when he, waves his hand across the door, you watch as a just wall of like blue light sort of shimmers as what must be dozens of arcane glyphs undo themselves. And I think, how do you react to seeing that? Is there any noticeable reaction?
Well, judging by how many arcane glyphs were noticed, I'm
Yeah.
judging that's like upwards of $1 million.
Yeah, it's probably a lot. Yeah.
Yeah.
And when he sees your expression, he'll sort of wave his hand and say, "Oh, don't worry about it. None of them are active. When I first got tenure, I decided to blow my entire first paycheck on testing various things on the door. But you're not in any harm's way. We don't want to blow up my graduate students now."
That does make sense.
Anyways, he reaches into his desk. His hand moves past, just a ball of clutter and extracts a tome from within. It is written in common, but the script is very faded, so you can't read what the cover says. "This here is my favorite tome on the subject of magical items. It will certainly cover sending stones. I don't recall which page. I think it's around 70 or 80.
Fascinating.
I'd like you to remain in my office just so I don't lose track of the thing, but I have about 45 minutes between classes, so if you'd like to have a seat, feel free. I'll probably go get myself some tea."
Fantastic.
There's only one chair in the room, which is his office chair, so you sit down. He closes the door, and you watch as the door closes, a dozen glyphs once again appear, perhaps activating, though if what he said is true, they're just for show. And you got a little tome in your hands.
Yeah, I'm gonna start looking for that lantern.
Yeah, you look through for a Lantern of Revealing. This is a very standard, I wouldn't say standard, but it's not so rare that it wouldn't be included. A Lantern of Revealing. I'm just going to read the description of the magical item. "While lit, this hooded lantern burns for 6 hours on 1 pint of oil, shedding bright light in a 30-foot radius and dim light an additional 30 feet. Invisible creatures and objects are visible as long as they're in the lantern's bright light. You can use an action to lower the hood, reducing the light to dim light in a 5-foot radius."
It's pretty standard.
I mean, it can reveal invisible creatures, which is pog, but other than that, yeah, it's a very normal magical item.
Is that all the
That's it.
context I could find?
That's literally the only thing it says about it.
Alright. I will look for the sending stone, so I'm not technically lying.
I mean, sending stones, you know what they do. They're pretty boring. Just two
Yes.
stones bonded together. They can't be made anymore. The two societies which made the most of them were the dwarves and the elves. Dwarves made the most by far. They don't have an exact percentage in here, but the majority of all sending stones ever recovered were made by the dwarves. And yeah, I mean, they're sending stones.
Okay. There's not any history of any of the notable ones in particular of either of the items.
Since they mostly have identical properties, sending stones that is, there's not much history to them. They were either made by, again, the elves or the dwarves. They're bonded together. Most of them are stored. There's one entry that notes that there are many sending stones that their secondary stone has never been found, which makes them basically worthless. And that has made many treasure hunters very disappointed because they find a sending stone. They're like, my god, I'm rich. This is worth hundreds of gold. And then they can never find the one it's partnered with. And they're just, shit out of luck.
That's insane.
Yeah. Because it's just a rock.
What is it? And there's no similar entry of this very specific one is part of West Bar or West Exeter
For sending
culture?
stones?
Or for either the lantern or the...
No. The lantern literally has nothing. The sending stone has some additional context about their origins and the singular stone thing. But this tome is more of a... for example, there's 4 pages dedicated to Oathbringer, which is the chivalric blade of Estenia. The artifacts related to the Northern Kingdoms and their monarchies are very heavily covered, but random magical items are not talked about very much.
Okay. Is there? Well, there's multiple books in here, right?
There are literally dozens, as well as scrolls and scraps of paper and parchment and yeah, all the stuff.
Okay.
It's a bedlam
I'll try and
chaos.
look for an additional one, maybe one that covers magical items in West Bar specifically.
You can read and write Symbolin, right?
Yes.
As you're going through the immense pile, you uncover a scroll which, you know, catches your eye because it's written in Symbolin. But what you find within is sort of a current events thing, not like a magical item thing. And that is the only thing in the entire room written in Symbolin.
Right. What does it say?
It says, in the province of Nandbar, Lord risen in rebellion, need immediate assistance if possible. And it is signed by Lord Radadron Bran of, I believe it's a Norbath, something like that.
Destroy it.
What?
Destroy it.
West Anathul, that's what it is. Signed Lord Radadron Bran of West Anathul.
Mm.
But it seems to have been here for quite a while. It's all wrinkled and shit.
Shucks.
All right. Is there any other like thing that covers magical items?
This, again, the cover of this was faded, so if you were looking for something similar, many of these books are, like, in rough shape. They're very frequently used. So some of them do have intact covers where you can read it and, like, oh, that doesn't relate. Most of this is related to magical theory around the School of Abjuration. But, like, in terms of comprehensive text on magical items, no. He gave you the one he had, in his office, at least.
Well, that's why I wanted a day pass, bro. What do I do in the meantime while I wait for him to just be like, yo, can I just get that day pass?
Project. Poke around the Abjuration Wizard's things.
Well, if he walks in on me doing that, I'm fucked.
Oh. It's more of the joke he's an Abjuration Wizard, so there's probably, like, dozens of traps in the room.
To be
Don't
clear,
think
this
that's
is
a
a
bad
public
idea.
office in a university. He's not going to, like, firebomb his fucking
Oh,
office. Again, he has graduate
you know.
students, bro. He's not going to, like, blow
Maybe.
up people.
Imagine, like, a student comes in to, like, change his grade or
Well,
something,
yeah.
and it's like,
He goes into his
polymorph
office hours, he
permanently.
touches the wrong drawer, he fucking dies.
I know graduate advisors who have killed their students.
Babe.
Oh, there you go, see? It's not unrealistic.
Yeah.
Either way, I mean, I don't know what else you would glean from here. But the door rattles.
Spleen. What else would
As
explain from here?
yeah, spleen. As Archibald re-enters, he has a little fancy ceramic cup filled with a sort of off-color piss-colored liquid. And he will look at you and say, "Oh, you're already done reading. I assume that means you found what you were looking for, then."
Not necessarily. I was more looking for the history behind the items I saw, rather than the descriptions of them.
Oh, you said they were Westbarn in origin?
Yes. Well, there was one that I particularly caught my fancy that was West Bar.
Then you'll probably want to go to the library at West Anathul. Here in Chalcedon, we don't keep many things about that country. Most of them are sent to the Royal Library in West Anathul.
Interesting.
Some of them are sent to the Communers Conclave, but those are largely texts of cultural or religious significance.
There wouldn't be any in the public section of the university library.
No, we return them to their rightful owners, our good friends in West Anathul.
That is understandable.
Roll me an insight check.
Our good friends.
Yeah.
good friends.
This guy doesn't like West Bar and half-elves. That's what you glean. When he said our good friends, he did not mean that.
And I'll say, still, I wouldn't be doing my due diligence if I didn't ask for you to sign off on a day pass.
I'm afraid I don't think what you're looking for will be there, and I don't mean to offend you, but if you were to cause any damage to the library, I would be on the hook. So, if you'd like to ask me any questions, I'd assist if I can, but I think this is the most I can do for you.
There's not any trade of information that could be done, can there not? I mean, still my expertise in artifice and magic.
If I know anything about the specific item you're looking into, I must say I don't know the histories of any specific sending stones, though. The histories are typically lost without the usage of legend lore or some other spell. Typically the property, I mean, I'm sure you're aware of this, the properties of magical items are recorded far more judiciously than their histories.
Makes sense. There was one other magic item that caught my eye. It was a lantern of sorts. It was green, I believe.
There are many such magical lanterns. I've heard of some of my colleagues in, what would that be, Cavaran, have begun to make new ones, in fact. A sort of light spell imbued into a paper lantern.
The one in Merlin's shop, it was a lantern of revealing, but unlike the other items, it had no description at all, only that it was a lantern of revealing and from West.
Oh, I recall. Lantern of Revealing is in that text. It says, I believe it reveals invisible objects or creatures or something like that.
Yes, yeah. It was a very standard explanation, but I don't know, something about the simplicity of that compared to the grandeur that was given to the other ones. It stumped me for a moment.
I mean, you could ask Merlin to identify it.
He didn't give much of an explanation either.
That's not what I mean. I mean, Merlin has certain things he must do according to the king. One of those is that any potential buyers, if of course you have the funds to do so, should be allowed to have their items magically identified before purchase.
Thank you very much for that information. I appreciate your hospitality.
Of course.
And then I'll be on my way. And then I'll head out.
Yeah, you leave Magus Archibald behind. He has another class to teach about the more boring abjuration spells. Unfortunately, since glyph warding costs so much, that's a thing that you teach once and then never again because it's 200 grand per usage. And so you make your way back to where? Or to where, I guess.
Well...
Or if you want a moment to cook, we can cut to someone else.
I mean... So... I have to break that Lantern of Revealing. Well, I have to free whatever's inside, but... And there was nothing in that book that talked about breaking the lantern?
No.
Yeah, then you give me a moment to cook.
Okay. Well, we're going to cut to the top deck of the Defiance. We have a true gathering of the minds. Svensson, Snort, Unio, Shaiban, Vezio, and I think that's literally all of the people. Yeah, and then Georg is still in an alcoholic stupor. So the five of you are gathered atop the deck of the Defiance, and there is one issue that has dominated this morning's breakfast, because without your cook, each of you was forced to make hideous slop. And so as you each consume your slop, you have been discussing for the better part of about 10 minutes at this point what to do regarding the blockade. So, where are we at in that regard?
Shall we go and at least try and get an audience with some representative of the Lord?
We can, but I don't know what good it's going to do. I doubt he's just going to give it to us, and it could... if we decide to purchase one afterwards, our ship might be recognized by him. Could cause difficulty, but we might try, but
I don't see the harm in even trying. I mean, if you get it for a lower cost or, you know, with some sort of favor in return, it is better for us. And in the end, we have the funds to buy it, so it's not. I don't believe we are losing anything by not trying.
Exactly. All right. Shall we then?
You guys go without me. I'm not much of a negotiator.
Okie dokie.
are you coming, Adrian?
Might be for the best. We could we could say I was hired to take you. You could pass off as a, you know, like an actual proper noble and all that. And do most of the talking. I could just be there to answer questions if you want to.
Yes, I suppose that works.
Alright. And then we'll tell him the actual cargo we have if he's asking. After all, we are supposed to be merchants.
And where
So,
to say that we got it from?
the city state?
Eric's, how common is amber and cinnamon in the city-state?
Cinnamon's very common, actually. Amber is, I mean, you've never seen it there.
Alright. Yeah, that's still working. Play it off. God, I'm tired.
You still have a ledger? If so, then let's bring it there.
What?
The ledger of previous transactions, even though we've pirated most of our stuff.
Well, I imagine the ledger doesn't say we pirated it all, Alex.
Your official one nor your unofficial one says that it was acquired through piracy.
Okay, that's good. Yeah, that's fine. I'll take the official one.
Sure.
The one with the fire moth on it?
Is
No,
that
no, the
one?
official one is the one that includes nothing that's illegal, as far as you know.
Okay. Okay.
So it doesn't include your extra flags, it doesn't include the fire moss, it doesn't include anything related to vampires.
Official and
Oh, good, okay.
I see.
Yeah,
It
it's the
doesn't say
official one.
vampire coffin on it?
No, it does not say vampire coffin.
That's good, okay.
Okay, so we got Unios and Svensson.
Yep.
Captain.
Oh, and Vezio. Always good to have a bodyguard.
Captain.
Yes, Snort.
I don't want to go today. I got my own things to work on.
Okie dokie.
Oh, cool. Got something I wanted.
You spend all the time you need, Snort.
Thanks, Unios. I appreciate you guys being so understanding.
Anytime.
I love this crew.
That's good. I'm glad you're having a good time, Snort.
Yeah. All right. And I'm going to start walking away and go, time to make poison.
Cool. Very cool. All right. Well, Unios, Svensson, and Vezio, as we head into the city. Yeah.
We're gonna stop at like one of the spa places so I can clean and put on my fine clothes. Do that.
All right. You make your way to a.
If we're going to a meeting with not the Lord, a representative of the Lord, will we even be able to be armed?
Maybe, maybe not.
Worst case scenario, you stand outside.
Yeah, you go to freshen up. It's going to cost 3 silver for the 3 of you to get into presentable shape. You get the sweat stains scrubbed out of your clothes. You get your skin nice and exfoliated. You take showers. It's a
Wow, I
process.
don't do that very often.
Yeah. Who's going to pay for it?
The ship?
Okay, cool. Remove 3 silver from the ship.
Okay.
And you guys, where are you actually headed, like, in particular? Like, you want to meet with the local lord. How do you actually do that?
Would Tribon and I not have learned that during our investigating?
With the
You figured out
hiring
who
of
the
children.
local leader is. The local leader is The Duke of Rivenrocks is basically the nobleman running the city, with the queen being the runner of the country. You could just walk up to the castle and be like, yo! But, yeah.
Would I know how these things are done in the Delian League?
Yes, certainly, yeah.
How are they done?
In the Delian League, you would send your master servant to their estate to meet with their master servant. The two master servants would discuss a time and date that would work for both of the households. Then you would basically have them sort everything out. Your master servant would return to you, tell you when to meet, and then you would do that. So the two of you and the other lord would never meet or talk or anything. It'd just be the two servants talking to one another.
Huh. Do I have a master servant?
Do you think you do?
No.
Snort.
Hello. You guys already dismissed me for the day.
Yeah.
To go do things that you don't know about.
Well, other than the thing you said out loud, yeah.
I don't know.
Allegedly.
I do like the idea of an appointment we could try and find, like, as some kind of assistant, but where would we do that? I suppose...
Also, master servants are not just normal servants. At least in the Delian League, they have to go to a school and everything, and they have to receive, like, a bunch of special training.
Yeah, but we can find the servant and say, hey, where's the person we need to talk to meet with the Duke of Rivenrocks?
You could just straight up walk up to the keep and be like, yo, I would like to meet with the Duke, please.
Any objections?
Isn't he running a kingdom?
Technically, he's running the city. The queen's running the kingdom. But, yeah.
Besides, I'll ask to schedule an appointment.
Okay, well, you put on your fanciest possible costume. In the Delian League, you look quite sporting, as they say. And then you have, well, actually, I'd like you guys to describe yourselves, because I'm kind of curious what this trio looks like as it approaches the castle. So, Vezio, what does a cleaned-up Vezio look like?
I assume I'm still wearing my... What do I wear? A breastplate?
Your black iron armor?
Yeah. And the pants are probably my least stained ones.
Oh, wow, fancy.
Not stained with blood, only a little bit of maybe beer or ale.
Yeah.
Grog. It probably washes out. It's mostly water.
Yeah.
And I trimmed the little tufts in my beard that were getting random, and that's about it. Not much upkeep for his, yeah.
Okay, so he's in, like, scratched up, pocked metal armor, holding a halberd, wearing his least stained pants. Okay, what does Captain Svensson look like?
There's no stains on his clothes.
Yo!
It has a collar.
Wow.
And he tucks his shirt into his pants.
Okay.
And I guess I trimmed my hair a little bit, so it's
it's getting a bit lengthy.
Bushy sailor man.
And does he trim his beard down to goatee mode?
Yeah, sure, yes.
Right.
Yeah, we'll do that.
And what does Unios look like?
Like his photo in Delian fine clothes.
Okay, yeah, so you have, like, silk robes that sort of barely obscure much. Your chest is basically fully exposed through the thin silk. Your groin is fully covered up by thick silk, but it's a much more tropical, like, Mediterranean climate in the Delian League, so you are freezing your ass off here in the Northern Kingdoms in October. But, you can handle it. You're a tough guy. So the three of you approach the castle of Chalcedon. This is not like... You've been to, like, a lot of kingdoms where they have, like, administrative buildings, like the Mythosian Empire, for instance. So there, if you want to meet, you go to, like, some little thing. Here, you're going to a military installation. That's what castles are. There are soldiers walking along the walls. There's a raised gate. There are soldiers sort of languishing outside. All of them wear, the guards wear either one of two tabards. A tabard depicting 4 coat of arms inside of a square shape, and then the other tabard depicts a white raven standing atop a skull. with a black background. So 2 different households of guards guarding this castle. And as you guys approach, since you are coming, armed, though clearly diplomatic, one of the men standing near the gate is fully closed, will approach you. He's wearing the tabard with the black background and the white raven, and he'll walk forward, his hand sort of on the pommel of his sword. Hello?
Hello. I was unsure where to go. I'm looking to create an appointment with the Duke of Rivenrocks.
And who are you?
I am a
What was the
Union.
title?
You're Unios, that's all?
In the Delian League, the Neos stands for nobility.
Where's
I
that?
forget how to do things. Eh?
Where's that? The
It's in
League,
Eastern
whatever.
Valoros.
Uh-huh.
I have a scroll of pedigree if you wish to confirm. It's in Delian, however.
Yeah, sure, hand it over.
I'll hand it to him.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you
let's
take
go.
out the scroll written in a different language, you unfurl it, he grabs it with his hand that isn't on the pommel of his sword, and his eyes sort of drift across it.
Should have handed it to him upside down.
And, why do you need to meet with the Duke?
We're looking to secure a passage through the blockade.
Who do you represent?
Myself. However, we are working on business from the city-state of the Invincible Overlord.
Are you some sort of merchant?
Yes.
Well, he hands you back the scroll. He doesn't bother rolling it up. Well, then, let me tell you this. You're at the end of a very long line. Just about every merchant in the city's been going around asking for the Lord's permission. If you want, you can go meet with the Chamberlain, but I've seen him reject 30 other people just within the last week.
Do you know if there is anything that might change his mind or persuade him?
He shrugs. I mean, obviously, you're a nobleman, so I can't turn you away. If you'd like, I can take you to the Chamberlain.
I would appreciate this.
All right. Your 2 bodyguards will have to stay outside, and you have to turn over any weapons.
This is fine.
All right, then. He'll start by extending his hand out to collect any weapons that you're carrying on you, which I think is just short swords, right? Short sword and a dagger, maybe?
Let's see. Weapons, rapier, short sword, light crossbow, crossbow bolts.
Okay, so that's a bit more. All right, well, he collects the 3 weapons and the ammo, and sort of piles up into his left arm. He seems a bit surprised that you're able to conceal so much within the flowing robes. And then he will guide the 2 bodyguards to a guardhouse outside the walls of the castle, and he will lead you into the keep. And Vezio and Adrian, as you step inside the guardhouse, there are 2 other off-duty guards, and this is a familiar place to both of you for different reasons. Svensson, back when you were a Marine, when you were at sea, things were very different, but sometimes when you were stationed in the city-state, you'd assist the city-state's militia, the Iron Legion, and barracks rooms like this are like the backbone of any city militia. The floors are stained with like sweat and ale. The room is filled with like tables with like stab holes in it and shit. Basically the places where soldiers sleep and where they drink and where they celebrate. And
Yes,
Vezio, you are of
I'm
course
very
familiar with
familiar.
this from your time serving boyars on the plains. So yeah, the 2 of you guys sit down around a table. They'll put some grog in front of you because grog is cheaper than water.
Let's go, more grog.
Yeah, and you guys are just sort of left to take care of yourselves until your
Grog
quote-unquote
hype.
master returns.
Slurp, slurp.
What's
You-
quote unquote about it?
Because he's not their master.
Debatable.
It's debatable.
You're right, it is quartermaster. Its master is literally in your title.
True.
Yeah,
that's
so you and the
me.
person you spoke with head into the keep. You head past the outer walls. The gate, the portcullis is lifted, and you head inside the courtyard. There is a couple of young kids, like 4 or 5 maybe. There's like 3 of them, all within that age group, with a soldier wearing a tabard with that like sort of 4 different coat of arms on it. They're training near a training dummy. You guys head past them and you approach the keep. You are led. This keep is not particularly big. Like the Bethosian bureaucratic office that you went to was way bigger than this. The corridors are narrow. Like if you tried to stretch your arms out, you'd hit the walls. These are like 4 foot wide, and you head through these very narrow corridors. You head straight, go left, up a staircase to the right, and there are 2 additional guards in the same tabards outside of this room. And you head inside. Within there is a young man, maybe mid to early 20s, similar age to you. He is currently writing a small note, but as you enter, he will glance up and look towards the man next to you. Is this another petitioner? And the man-at-arms will nod, and the chamberlain will gesture for you to sit in front of him. And I think because of your experience with nobility, you instantly pick up on who this guy is. In the Delian League, you have a different title for these people, but he's basically the gatekeeper. This is probably like a very low-level bureaucrat, probably not even 1 level below the Duke. He's like 2 levels below the Duke, and his job is to just filter whatever your request is and ignore you if it's not something the Duke's interested in. So I think you get the vibe. If you mention anything about being a merchant, he's probably just going to tell you to leave. You've met many people like this back when you were a nobleman, because you were a lesser nobleman, so when you met people like this, they typically just said, fuck off. Like, city lords aren't going to meet with you. So you've met people like this before. But yeah, you sit down across the desk from him. He will just sort of look at you as the men-at-arms exits the room, so it's just you and him and an arrow slit on the far wall, which lets in a bit of light.
I'll put my scroll of pedigree down just to establish a thing for him.
Yeah, he looks at it.
I am Unios of the Delian League. I am here on business from a nobleman of the city-state of the Invincible Overlord. I'm going to Toussaint on business, and I'm sure you can imagine why I'm here. To get through the blockade.
All right. Why do you need to go to Toussaint?
There are some people we need to meet with on behalf of a lord in the city-state.
I wasn't aware that the city-state had multiple lords. I thought there was just the one.
Eric?
The city-state does have 4 noble families.
Okay, is Lord Rossfeld one of those?
No. He is not officially a lord, but he demands to be called to one.
Oh,
So based.
I didn't know that.
Okay, I didn't know that either.
No, I'll just tell you this because you were in the city-state long enough to learn it. The 4 noble houses of the city-state are the Matani, the Drashan, the Debraget, and another one that I can't recall right now. The Zollern.
Zollern. So that's Matal, Drashan, Zollern, and what?
Matani, Zollern, Debraget, and Drashan. And these are 4 trade houses, but they do also hold official noble titles.
Alright. I'll say there are several, 4 at least, possibly more.
So you're an attaché for what? A trade agreement?
Yes, in a way. Not a traditional merchant ship, but work out a business deal.
Do you have ambassadorial papers?
No. It is.
Do you have a note from one of these lords attesting that you are one of their agents?
Eric, I don't suppose.
Why would you?
Maybe.
Maybe, I guess. But no, you do not have that.
I'll say, no.
Well, since you don't have any proof you're traveling as a diplomat of a foreign nation, and currently, the stance with our relationship with the Kingdom of Toussaint is quite neutral. I'm afraid that that's not quite enough to get through. Is there anything else?
and see if you could buy him to say yes.
Ooh.
Could turn out very poorly or very bad.
Yeah,
Eric,
but paying
insight
off this
check.
guy.
Yeah.
Insight
What are you trying to figure out? How easily corruptible he'll be?
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, that's fair.
Very based roll.
The vibe you get is that this guy takes a lot of pride in the work that he does. He has a signet ring of depicting the eagle, the raven on the skull, meaning he's probably a member of the Duke's family, maybe a nephew or something, because you wouldn't put a son in a position like this. Maybe a nephew or a cousin or something. And he does seem pretty proud of his job, meaning he probably views this as like a path to forward advancement. And of all the people to bribe, this is probably the worst possible one, because lowly bureaucrats like this can possess a level of fanatical loyalty that's like kind of ridiculous. He's like the manager of a Walmart, you know? He's like that. Yeah. And if you do, and he's he's very strongly feeling about theft prevention. Okay. So yeah, if you try to bribe him, it will not go well. I think you also get the vibe that the best argument for someone like this would be how you could benefit his house, which you don't even know the name of, but that's okay. How to benefit the Duke of Rivenrock, basically.
How can I benefit the Duke of Rivenrock?
You'll fuck up a bunch of stuff in Tucson who they're at war with.
They're not at
Who
war
they're
in Tucson.
neutral with.
They're at war with.
Yeah, they're very neutral with he said so.
Yeah.
Cringe.
Um,
Imagine being neutral with Tucson.
Cringe.
It is cringe.
Yeah, that
being
is-
neutral
that is
with
cringe.
Tucson. Tell me that's not cringe.
Who are they at war with?
The Lord's League.
Hassan.
If you're not
And the
against
Hathan.
Tucson, you're with them.
So, anyways,
There's no way to bring up Hassan without saying I'm pirate.
well, you could always
mean-
say privateer because that's legal, but or you
I
could
don't
just say
have private-
fuck it, I'm a pirate, bitch, but I pirated your enemy, so be my friend.
That would
don't have-
be very funny.
That'd be
I don't
funny,
have
but I don't-
privateer papers.
Yeah, correct. You do not.
This
Well,
guy
actually,
clearly
do you guys
is
not
a
have one from the
paper
city state?
cell.
Oh, you used to have one from the city state, but not anymore. That's an L. That's unfortunate.
What happened to it?
You guys aren't a privateer for them anymore. At the
You
start of the boat
could,
game, you had lost your contract. The very first boat game.
Alex, what are the normal compensations for being a privateer? Is it literally anything?
Percentage of goods
Like,
sold.
You could offer a term, or you could offer a term at vastly, I guess it would be increased rates for them. Like they would get a much higher percentage of cargo we found.
Oh yeah, that's another angle. Basically, be like, we could be your privateer.
And it feels too risky going straight from I'm a diplomat to okay, you got me, I'm a pirate. Can
Fair
we
enough.
work with
Then,
But you wouldn't have to say you're a pirate. You could just happen to be like, hey, the ship the city state sent for it.
okay, to be clear, it would come
Also
off
has
like he's a
those-
pirate the whole time. To be clear,
Oh.
Jackson is
Oh,
right in
yeah,
that regard.
right.
If you're like, that's great. Yeah, I'm a diplomat from a foreign nation. By the way, if you need me to kill anyone.
Unlike
but-
Svensson, I'm not about to snitch on myself.
I don't know, dude.
Heyo.
Rap snitches. All right.
I am
This-
going to ask
yeah.
him, are
left
there
him
any,
mentioned.
besides joining the Merchants Guild, I assume, any legitimate ways to get past the blockade?
So you're from the Duke, of course. Anyone of count or higher can work.
Why did you say legitimate? That makes it sound like we're illegitimate.
It does, yeah.
I was specifically asking to make it seem like I want a real way through. Damn it.
Well, all he says is permission from a count or higher.
Is there anything else we can offer him?
Is the guy you're talking to now a count or higher?
No.
I'm glad that Jackson knows who he's dealing with. The Walmart middle manager is not a rank of count or higher.
Well, I appreciate your time. I won't bother you further.
All right. Well, for our records, what vessel do you represent?
The Defiance. I have booked passage on them.
Oh, so you're not the captain.
No.
Do you know the captain of the vessel?
Yes, he is in the lobby.
Let me check something. And he stands up and walks over towards a cabinet. He withdraws a small little note, a tiny little scroll. He gives it a read and says, your ship has 2 cannons, correct?
Yes.
Have the captain come here. You can remain in the guardhouse while he's meeting with me.
It's over. Okay.
No, it's gonna be a
He
deal.
wants-
No,
he
dude.
wants to
Yeah,
buy
he's
the
gonna. He
cannon.
wants us to do something. Or yeah, give him the cannon. Yeah.
Okay. Or he's gonna know we're pirates. Whatever. Anyways, yeah.
Yeah, sure. Yes.
Okay. I'll give him like
Surely.
a bow or whatever.
Well, yeah, so you do the traditional Delian thing. You give him a deep curtsy, and he just looks at you really fucking confused. And you leave the room. You make your way back out through the courtyard. You're guided the whole time. You make your way back to the guardhouse. As you step in, Vezio and Adrian, what does he walk into? What have you guys been doing while you've been waiting for about 10 to 15 minutes?
Tuning.
Started
not in
gambling with the gambling with the soldiers.
Yeah, I mean, you guys all speak common, and there is one game that transcends continents. Dice.
Hell yeah, dude. Hell yeah.
You roll the dice, higher dice wins. Now, Vezio and Adrian, I want both of you to roll me a d6. I will roll for the guards.
Wouldn't it be 2d6?
No. They only have one dice.
We're doing
Yeah.
single dice.
Yeah, no,
These
yeah.
are for...
Yeah.
Okay, both of the guards got 3s.
2
Let's see
4
what you
to
guys
a 4
get.
dice. Still plays dice.
Alright, I need a d6 from each of you. Let's see how this goes.
Yo. Oh.
Okay,
bro.
oh no, it's so over.
This
It's
is
over,
why-
Vezio
oh.
bros.
Oh,
Svensson, when Unios walks in, you just finish a hand of dice. You are up 2 silver. It's real. We are so up good. So yeah, as you walk in, Unios, there's a cheer and a moan at the same time that exits from the room as the 2 guards look dejected, and they hand over 2 local silver coins to Adrian.
I'm up 2 silver, Unios. What are you up?
The Chamberlain, he wishes to speak to you as the captain of the ship.
Yeah, I think that's above 2 silver.
A bead of sweat appears on Adrian's brow. What about?
I am not sure, since I only booked passage for my business. He wanted to speak to you since you are the proper captain.
Yeah, as a small reminder, there are 3 guards in this room.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
why I said.
I know. I'm just reminding Ethan.
All right, if you say so.
Okay.
I'll
Yeah,
get
the
up
same
and
guard that
wander off
guided
to-
Unios will
Yeah.
guide you. You head through the courtyards, Svensson, and naturally, as a Marine, your eyes start to travel the walls, and you think about this as like a defensive fortification. And, it's pretty solid. There's nothing mounted on the walls of this, no cannons, no ballistas, or anything like that. But you see something you've literally never seen before. Some of the stones of this wall have Dwarven runes on them, which you've never seen that shit in your life, on stones of like a wall or whatever. So it's pretty interesting to look at. You notice that none of the that not a single person in line of sight has a firearm, which makes you instantly think this would be the easiest pickings in the world, at least in that regard, because city-state Marines have muskets. And you continue into the keep. It's incredibly small. It's almost claustrophobic. It is as compact as the hull of your ship, and this is supposedly the seat of power of the strongest man of this entire kingdom. It makes it feel, kind of pitiful in comparison to some of the Eastern empires like Mythosia or whatever. And you head through the corridor, take a left, head up the stairs, take a right. You are led to a room guarded by 2 men in chainmail. The soldier leads you inside. And then he exits the room. And seated in front of you is a man who looks a lot like Unios, clean-shaven, early to mid-20s, very well-groomed. And he takes a look at you as you enter, and he seems to be evaluating you. Notably, what weapons do you have on your sheet?
I have longbow, bunch of mithril arrows. Where'd my musket go?
I think you got rid of it in exchange for the longbow.
I have bullets. Well, no, that would be silly because I still have the bullets.
Do you have a sword or
And I
anything?
had, no.
Okay. Wait, really? You don't have any melee weapon?
Nope.
That is
Oh,
Okay,
awesome.
never mind. I was gonna
Okay.
say would have been allowed to retain your sidearm as a sign of respect, but you don't have a sidearm, so never mind. You don't got shit. So yeah, you sit down across from the guy. So far, he said nothing, but he does seem to be looking you up and down and says,
Oh, I have a dagger, I suppose.
"Then you
That's
would be
it.
allowed to retain your dagger."
Okay, yeah. Then I
So
have that.
you're Captain Adrian Svensson of the Defiance.
Yeah.
Is there an
That's-
owner of
that's
the
me.
vessel, or is that you?
For our purposes, that's me. There's no pyre owner.
So you are the owner of the vessel, to be clear.
The ship's owned collectively by the whole crew, but I'm the representative.
He seems to nod with a slight smile. Good. All right. He stands up and walks over to the arrow slit and sort of looks out of it. What sort of work does your ship do?
Uh-oh.
Round 2.
I mean,
Dude.
he knows we have cannon, so like saying we're a merchant would be fucking brain dead.
And you did also
Right.
just say that the ownership of the ship is split collectively.
Is collective, which is only done by one group.
Ah, yeah, that's a good point.
Technically, some merchant companies do it, but they're really small and they don't
Not
have
a- not-
cannons.
Yeah, not the good ones.
Is it
We're
over
private.
again?
We're privateers.
Is it already Jover?
Privateers.
It's over.
Wonderful.
Normally,
Well,
yeah.
We need to talk. So, hope you're comfortable. I'll introduce myself. My name is Hagen. I'm a Chamberlain of the Duke of Riven Rocks. Clearly, your colleague was attempting to gain passage through the blockade. I assume that you have a similar interest. And I, speaking on behalf of the Duke, have work that you could do to earn that Lord's
Oh.
permission.
Nice, it worked.
I
This would
suppose
be not under official contract.
all right. Do
By the
I
way,
have-
just to
do I
clarify,
have-
out of character, what
Yeah,
he means
sorry,
by that
I-
is
I
that,
am-
yeah, you would not be getting a privateering contract, meaning you'd be doing piracy
Yeah,
for
yeah.
him. Yeah.
Yeah.
He'll nod and say,
Oh, I see.
That's how kind of work.
I see.
yes,
This is off the books.
indeed. Your compensation would only be permission to go through the clearing as well. You'd receive no coin. Are you interested?
I assume we get to keep any spoils.
No, the ship has to sink along with all of its crew.
Oh, but the ship, only the ship has to sink.
The ship and all of its crew must be destroyed.
All right,
Good.
that's fine.
The arrangement would be this. At this moment in time, you would be granted permission to go through the straits. This is a legitimate seal. It would get you through the Straits of Giles without any trouble. When you are west of the straits, in about 2 days, a ship named the Sparrow will be attempting to go through the straits. It has a hold filled with plague-ridden corpses, and we are of the belief it is trying to slip through the blockade. So, you would need to destroy the Sparrow from a distance with your cannons. You are not to board the vessel, you are not to interact with anyone aboard the ship, you are not to accept their surrender. The ship must be sunk and everyone aboard the vessel killed.
Oh no.
Yeah, that shouldn't be an issue.
Wonderful. Now, obviously, with this arrangement, you are being given permission to go through the straits before the completion of your task. And I need to assure you of something. If you go through the straits, but you do not destroy the Sparrow, every member of you and your crew will be hung for piracy if you are ever within the jurisdiction of the Kingdom of West Exeter, and we will spread news that you are pirates to every one of our contacts in the Northern Kingdoms.
That sounds fair.
Wonderful. Well, I'll speak to the Duke and get your permission slip signed. You will need to leave harbor today or tomorrow at the bare minimum if you are to catch the Sparrow when it's attempting to cross the straits. And again, I need to stress this one last time. If they raise their flag and surrender, you are not to pilfer their hold. You are to destroy the vessel and everyone aboard it.
Yeah, I don't think that's going to be an issue. You said they have a hold full of mostly plague-ridden corpses?
Yes.
All right. Alex, can I roll an insight check on that?
Yeah.
All right.
It seems like a pretty good deal, but at the same time, I'm a little
That's
You know, I think
unfortunate.
your gut instinct is about the same as what you get from the 7. It's something's not quite right, something's not quite adding up, but any details beyond that, I don't think you can ascertain.
Okay, all right.
How many women and
That's
children
fair.
do you think we're gonna sink into the bottom of the sea?
I'll be back in about 20 minutes. You'll be led to the courtyard and remain there until the permission is acquired.
All right, that's fine.
You are led, you exit the room, you are led by the guard out to the courtyard, and you and him just sort of lean against one of the stone walls and look out towards the courtyard. You see a couple of young boys training with a sword master. The man's covered with scars, and you just sort of sit there. Their form is god-awful, but they're also 5, so, you know, they got time. And
one would hope.
yeah, the guard will hand you his flask. It's a chilly day, so when you give the flask a sniff, it is definitely
I'll take it.
alcohol, not water.
Yeah, I'll take a slurp.
Yeah, it warms you up a bit. You sort of rub your hands together. The guard does not
Appreciate it.
speak with you. He does not ask any details about your meeting. People at this level know much better than that. And about 20 minutes later, the Chamberlain will emerge outside again. He's in his smart uniform, which isn't very warm, so his teeth are chattering as he approaches you and he rubs his hands together. He hands you over a scroll. It is written in Protonic, so you can't read it, but at the bottom is a golden seal that is stamped with a raven on a skull. This will get you past the blockade.
All right.
Now,
Looks.
we don't need to talk about this further. Do you have any questions? This will be the last time we speak.
No. Oh, do you have a description of the sparrow?
Yes. The sparrow, you'll most likely recognize it as a hulk, but if something to look out for is since it's a West Exeter hulk, meaning that the bow of the ship will be rather wider than other hulks. I believe it is 9 feet wide at the prow of the vessel. Additionally, the sparrow has golden gilding along the rear of the ship near the captain's cabin. The sails are of a fine quality. It has no weapons aboard the vessel. And if they attempt to change their flags or the name of the vessel, which is, again, very unlikely, but if they do, they will likely be flying a Lord's League flag. As for name, it is unsure.
All right. All right, that should.
And
good.
they'll be
You
at the
said
western
sometime-
mouth of the strait about 2 days from now.
Western mouth.
The guard that's standing next to you, you see him like 1,000 yards staring, and he's clearly trying not to listen about any of the details of this conversation.
All right, that should do.
All
I'll
right.
reach out to shake his hand.
Sure. Yeah, he'll give you a shake. And he'll head back inside where it's warm. And the guard will escort you from the courtyard back out the castle. The portcullis closes behind you, and he just sort of leaves you to your own devices. You got to go recover your two homies.
Yeah, I'll go wander to wherever they were.
Yeah, you head
Back
back
to
into
the
the guard
guardhouse.
post, and inside, Unios and Vezio, what have you two silly billies been up to? Are we still gambling?
I think so.
What up, silly billies? We still
The
gambling?
noble.
I thought Unius would just be like looking down his nose at whatever.
Yeah, that's sort of what I thought he was going to do.
Are you gamble maxing, Unios?
That's a good question. He's been corrupted over the past several
Based. All
months,
right, let's
but
roll it,
who
boys. Roll your d6s.
Yeah.
Oh, speaking of which, Vezio, you have to remove a silver from your sheet
Oh no.
Oh,
because you lost the previous
I don't
one.
have one.
Oh well, do you
I
have
have
a higher currency?
Yeah, EP.
Ethan, do you have 4 silver on your sheet?
You
I'll-
lucky bastard, dude. I had 4 before I won the 2, so yes.
Okay, so remove 4 from your sheet and add an electrum, and then Vezio, remove an electrum and add 4 silver. We did it, boys.
This is good.
Sick.
Because you had to pay up a silver for losing that. Anyways, let's see.
Isn't
If
this-
Vezio gets a
wait,
6 here, he could win. Because it'd be a
Isn't this
roll-off.
illegal?
Yeah, of course. Who cares?
Was it? No. What I did with
Oh,
okay.
breaking change? Yeah, that is illegal. But,
Yeah.
I mean,
Oh, okay. Yeah, no.
Like I think we've talked about this before. Small scale commercial
have, yeah.
transactions have all the time, but if you do it in large scale, then the Money Changers Guild will have your balls. Okay, well, one of the guardsmen wins, so Unios and Vezio, you gotta both subtract a silver.
I don't
So-
think I've ever won a game. I've won one goal.
And yet you keep doing it. Svensson, you enter the guardhouse, and the vibes are abysmal as one of the guards smiles and collects 3 silver, and Vezio just stares.
I see you didn't do so well that time. Should have been better at gambling, nerd.
I don't think I've ever won at gamble. He's learning.
Speaking of gambling, gents, and I will unfurl the thing and show it to them.
Yeah, a beautiful document written on the finest of parchments and the floweriest of scripts, with a stamp at the bottom from the Lord Regent of the Kingdom.
Observe.
I'll raise an eyebrow and keep silent.
We can go.
All right.
The 3 of you exit the guard post. The one that won your, the one who got your guys' silver, he'll see just how sad Vezio looks, and he'll give you a single copper, Vezio.
Oh, dude, it's the salt in the wound.
No, I can't. I don't take handouts.
Okay, he's not going to force it on you.
Unless they're
Okay.
from Regal.
He'll keep his copper
just
coin.
randomly give you like $1,000.
Look, $1,000 compared to a single copper.
I don't take handouts unless they're high enough.
You guys head back out onto the streets of Chalcedon. You get a decent amount of distance from the castle. Do you want to wait until your turn to the ship to talk about it?
Probably for the
It is a
best.
death penalty offense, so that's probably wise. You return to the Defiance, and we are going to cut, not to Rudel, but to the one, the only, the Snort.
Oh dear God.
Yeah.
Let's go!
Let's go.
Hello.
What are we
Let me
doing?
get my popcorn.
So I want to go down to the bay again, and I want to try and find some things, herbalism.
Okay, yeah.
I've been reading the. Oh, sorry, that's I'm talking out of game. I want. I've been reading the document more, and it turns out there's this very important ingredient called elemental water.
Ooh,
and-
that sounds cool.
and Yeah, it is. And the way that it says it works is that anytime, so when you do an herbalism check and you're successful, you get to find things, and you roll 2d6 and you get a 2 through 12 table.
Yeah, I'm
and-
familiar with that one.
And anytime you get stuff from the ends, a 2, 3, 4, or a 10, 11, or 12,
Okay.
then you roll a percent dice, and if you get a 75 or higher, then that ingredient is replaced with elemental water.
Okay, and
we
how does
actually
it describe
should've-
elemental water in the book?
This magical water is the base ingredient for all conditions that form extremely powerful effects. You need at least half. Oh, that's just all like mechanical stuff.
Oh, okay.
Basically, the idea is that if you're making a magical potion, the base ingredient has to be elemental water,
That
and then
makes
you
total
add
sense, yeah.
enchantments to it.
Okay, yeah, that sounds totally reasonable. And I
which I
assume
think
what
is
you're
pretty
about
cool.
to say is the whistle wart or whatever you collected last time was in that bound, so you should roll percentile dice now.
I wasn't gonna try and retcon it, but I was just saying that it was a thing that we could have done.
Okay, sounds good.
'Cause I'm fine to keep that because it also can be used. That item, to use it, I also need elemental water. So if I replaced with elemental water, I still wouldn't be able to make a potion.
Okay, I see. All right.
So I was just gonna do a new herbalism check, but I
Sounds good.
am flavorfully looking for elemental water, and I'll see what else I find.
Yeah.
There's also something else about being able to use spells to enhance your foraging.
That's what I was
but
about
it
to
seems-
say. Since because of what you're doing, I'm gonna let you roll on that table twice and select which option you'd like to keep.
Oh, cool. That's hype.
Because you're literally going like in the bay itself, not just
Yeah.
along the rims of it.
Okay. Okay, if that's how you want to do it, that sounds great.
Yeah.
It has a different spell-assisted foraging mechanic, but I will take that. I think
Okay.
that's probably equivalently good.
Sounds good.
But the first thing that I have to do is roll an herbalism check. And that is my wisdom. I think it's actually just a wisdom.
I think for you it's just a wisdom, yeah.
Yeah, because I don't have proficiency with
Herbalism, yeah.
herbalism. I only have it with the crafting of the thing.
Mhm.
So Wisdom check. I think this is DC 15.
Okay.
Is not great. Oh, sorry. It can be int or wisdom, and I'm going to choose int.
Okay.
Because that is better.
I'm preemptively saluting because I know the chances of this are not very good. Yeah.
Wait.
I'm waiting.
The other spell-assisted forging needs advantage. Is there any way I can still get advantage, Smile?
No.
Because we agreed to the other one?
Yeah.
Damn it.
You do get 2 of these though.
Oh.
Isn't that just advantage?
In a roundabout way, yes, but that's because he's doing it 2 separate times, not because he gets advantage on each time he does it. So technically,
Let me keep the 18. Okay.
no.
All right, so another roll. Here we go.
Yeah, another roll. There's a 25% chance. No, 30% chance, right?
I'm clicking it, but I'm not seeing shit.
It's roll 20 lag. At least it's not dead like it was last week.
Oh, there it is. 21. Nat 20. Nat 20 right
No,
there. Nat
that's
20.
a 5, bro. That's a 5.
It
bro.
says nat 20 right there. Come
That's a
on.
5.
Come on.
That's so... No, unfortunately, you spend the whole day getting wet and you get nothing for all your trouble. Sag.
Snort get wet. Whoa, God, I don't know what to do.
What do you mean by that, Blake?
Snort's
Actually, don't
fine.
explain that.
Let's
Anyways,
be real.
Please don't.
Svensson, Unios, and Vezio, the 3 of you guys return to the Defiance. And on the top deck, it's pretty chill. A couple Marines are up here. Shaiban is near the front cannon, carving something from wood. And you finally are away from prying ears and eyes and snorts.
Hello.
All right, officers, let's get in here. Well, aren't you at the bottom of the harbor right now? Snort?
I'll poke my head out.
He bobs his head up out of the water like a
could you
seal.
how could you have heard that?
Well, I check back every once in a while, make sure I'm not
He
needed.
pops his head up and sees you returning to the ship, so he climbs up the pier and like up onto the. He's dripping with water. He is drenched.
Hello.
All right, fair enough. All right, yeah, I'll get all the officers in.
Okay, yeah. Svensson, Snort, Unio, Shaiban, Vezio. You're in the captain's cabin.
So I have some good news and bad news. The good news is I got it, and they'll hold up the piece of paper that says we can go through.
You should add this to your sheet, by the way, so you don't forget you have it.
Yeah, you're right. I should.
Don't know if I can handle any more bad news right now.
What is this called? Like seal of
Permission.
Okay. And it weighs 0.
Correct.
So, question. Obviously, we don't know. Well, we don't know if Rule is there or not, so he's not
You are
there. To
definitely not
actually
there.
ask
You are
him.
probably doing high stuff.
Yeah. So, but like, will we get in trouble if we like absolutely gun down the Sparrow, and will they?
That is the point.
Well, who would get us in trouble?
Well, I mean, there
Whoever
is a bunch
owns
of naval ships that are like surrounding us and being like, "Why did you shoot that guy?" And well, I don't know.
You're
if
not
the-
doing this in the harbor of Charleston.
Captain.
We can talk about this.
Yeah, sorry, I haven't even told you guys that's happening yet. We're getting ahead of ourselves.
Hello.
The bad news is we have to. We have to commit piracy again.
Oh, cool. Nice.
What kind?
We have to sink an unarmed merchant ship.
Who does
Nice.
it belong to?
Westmore.
They want us to sink one of their own ships.
Yes, supposedly it's because it's full of plague-ridden corpses, and it's going to try and sneak through the blockade. I was also given very specific instructions to not board her. Definitely just sink her from far off, which makes complete sense if it were actually plague-ridden corpses, but if it were actually plague-ridden corpses, I don't know why he would have told me not to board the ship. Basically, I don't think there's actually plague-ridden corpses in there.
What?
Why?
How soon do we need?
Well, if they're actually plague-ridden, don't board the ship. We don't want to be.
Well, yeah, but if they're actually plague-ridden, why would you take a hold full of plague-ridden corpses?
What the hell is the plague?
Really bad magical sickness. Can't be cured by anything.
How soon do we need to do this?
The ship's gonna be going through the straits in 2 days.
So we need to leave with 3 Marines, no cannon operators, no rowers, and a new carpenter who doesn't know that we're pirates.
Well, yeah. I mean, yes.
I'm gonna put my head in my hands.
Bro.
Do we know what type of ship the Sparrow is?
Yeah, it's a Hulk. None. So, in this case, the Marines will be our cannon operators, considering there'll be nothing else for them to do. Alex, is that right? Because it's literally an unarmed merchant vessel.
Yeah, I mean, they may attempt to board you, but the guy talked a lot about
Allegedly,
them
yeah.
surrendering and not letting them do it. So, I mean, that kind of implies their first action will be to instantly surrender, and then he wants you to murder them anyways.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're well past that. Yeah, that's fine.
Sure, I don't mean about the moral factor. I'm just saying they're likely not to fight back if you emphasize the surrender point so much.
Okay.
My guess is they're going to surrender. He ordered me to sink them immediately and not get anywhere near them.
Captain,
Yes, Snort?
does the plague know how to swim, or do you think that after we sink them, we can loot the ships?
Well, we're sinking it in the Straits of Giles, which I will consult a nautical chart. It doesn't have the depth of the Strait of Giles on it.
It does not have the specific depth, but it does have beyond diving listed.
It says the straits are beyond diving.
Yeah, but are they beyond throwing me in a barrel?
Can we get the world map, Alex?
Yeah, absolutely. Schmeep, schmop, and schmort.
Oh, this is
Yeah,
very
because
one
the-
coloration then with
Yeah, it's the funny strait that Alex made because there wasn't actually one there.
So do we know how deep it is?
Beyond diving.
Uh-huh.
I also am not 100%. Yes.
I don't need to dive. You just need to throw me in a barrel again. Do you not remember this protocol?
I'm sure that whoever said the beyond diving took the barrel tactic into account.
Even
Really?
if we can, do we want to risk getting the plague on our ship?
Well, my first question was, can the plague swim? If the plague can't swim, then it's gonna drown, and then it's fine.
Wait, the plague isn't. It's magical, so maybe.
I don't care. I don't know if there are magical things that can't swim. I'm just asking if it's gonna drown or not.
Is that how diseases work? Yeah,
I don't
guess no one
fucking
knows.
know. I'm just asking if it can swim.
What is it? What do you mean it?
The plague. Once the plague's underwater, maybe it drowns, and then it's not a concern anymore.
The plague doesn't have lungs, so I know it can't drown. How's that?
Okay, I don't. Yeah. Okay. So no. It doesn't drown. It can swim.
I don't think it can drown.
So okay. Cool. Thank you.
You're welcome. I assume we're all alright with this course of action?
Oh,
Yeah, let's
How are
have
we
Crab
supposed to
Nukem.
sink them? Oh, that's a good point.
We would just, if we're going to do that, we're just going to shoot them with the cannon from 1,500 feet out.
We'll have to train cannon operators in 2 days.
It's not like we're going to run low on ammunition.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, we don't. Well, I don't think we don't know that he's done
Yeah,
that yet.
no,
No one's gone to look at it quite yet.
Yeah. Giggle.
So the only question remains is, I got a sneaking suspicion that it's not a boat full of plague-ridden corpses.
Okay.
So the real question is, do we actually just, you know what? No. Fuck it. We're just gonna sink them.
Eric,
Well, I
what's
think-
the wind today?
Today, let's
Yeah.
take a look. 1 second.
Because we don't have rowers, so...
Today, well, you guys could leave today or tomorrow, but today it is moderate wind.
So how far could we get if we left now?
At least the 45 miles to, I'd say would be good to get there.
Holy shit, that's funny, Xander.
That's a good one, yeah.
That is a good meme, Xander.
Wait, put halfling on the other side.
Okay, yes. Yeah, we're just going to do what the Chamberlain wanted us to do, and we're just going to sink it. And then we can carry on our merry way, because we have to go to the other side of the Straits anyway. Any objections?
None from me.
That sounds good. Let's fucking go. Let's go.
Any out-of-player objections? Or out-of-character objections?
Oh, many.
Let's
Let's go.
Yeah, I think the only thing that could go worse right now is if we get the plague on our ship. So let's avoid that.
That would be so funny.
Oh god, that'd be horrible.
I
might have
as a
crab-
reminder,
I might-
though,
I
only
might
one
have-
player character has ever caught the Lucretian plague, and they survived. So
It was Abdul.
yeah, it wasn't.
Yeah, it was horrible. I remember I was there for that.
Yeah,
He
got so
almost
fucking
killed
close to
himself.
dying.
I
Yeah.
got
It was
so
awful.
It was close to actually dying, and then I was starving in the Badlands and nearly killed myself. I remember I said I was gonna do it, and you were like, "Ben, are you sure you don't want to try it?" And I was like, "I'll try one more thing," and it happens to work, and now I'm the most powerful character in all of Athon.
Yeah.
Alaquendi got it too when he was with Morgan on the way to the.
Oh, that's who got it. Yeah, that's who
I
got
don't
it.
recall that.
I
I,
knew
do
I was-
remember. I
he
do
did.
remember Abdul getting it, but
He did. No, he did get it.
you don't heal it. He just didn't die. There's no curing the thing. There is literally no spell that can cure it. You just roll con saves until you either
Yeah.
die or you live.
Yeah, because isn't like once you fail the first con save, the next one is a lot harder.
Correct,
to pass,
because it just
and so on
increases
and
your
so
level of
forth.
exhaustion, so you get disadvantage. It's a compounding illness where it gets harder and harder to pass.
You get disadvantage immediately, don't you? 'Cause that's
Yep.
how exhaustion works.
Indeed.
Yeah.
No, because saves come on like exhaustion 2 or 3.
Oh, yeah.
Checks
Either
and
way,
saves are
I
different.
know that it gets worse over time. But yeah, Lucretian Plague bad. At least half the crew would probably die. Maybe more. So anyways, sounds like we got our plans in order. Pog, we know what we're doing. Yay! We're
Yeah,
gonna...
sorry. People like Ben. You said you had actual concerns.
Yeah, but it's a role-playing game. I'm not gonna share them.
Yeah.
That's fair.
based.
All right then. All right then.
Rudol,
Mm-hmm.
what are you
What
doing?
is it? Like,
Oh yeah, wait, hold on.
uh,
Wait, where is Rudo?
Oh.
I feel like you
Yeah.
should be able to have to weigh in on this.
well,
Considering, you know.
I might be there at. I might have been there, but
I
there's
don't think
no
you would be.
actual
I'm
way
like
to tell.
99.9% sure you'd be busy doing nice stuff.
Yeah.
All right, someone go find him.
Who's gonna go find Rudol?
All right, I'll go
Fucking
find
go
him.
get him.
Okay. Alright.
Well, I'll go look. How about that?
Aw, wow. All right, we zoom back in time and cut to earlier in the day. It is 9:45. No, 9:50. Rudol has just exited the university. He knows what he can about the Lantern of Revealing. What is next in your devilish and devious plan?
Well, I think what the best course of action would just be to hire some rogues to do it, and maybe they die, but at least it won't backtrack to me.
Okay.
Surely they won't cast Speak with Dead or anything like that.
Surely I'll just cast Disguise Self and turn myself into Lord Rothschild.
What?
Before I
so
do
based.
So
Yeah, good plan. Go with it.
I think the plan is go somewhere, cast disguise self on myself as Lord Rothschild.
Why are you turning
Hire
into
some
Lord Rothschild?
guys. Because I think my stature and intimidating looks will avoid any shady looks, and also when last time I saw it, he looked super rich, so there's that.
So you're going to go from bar to bar looking really rich and like a person that you actually do know to hire mercenaries to do this job anonymously?
Let him cook.
Yeah, I like that.
Okay.
I think this is probably his best plan yet.
Cool.
Yeah, like we got to admit, like a lot of my last plans have been like utter garbage.
Wait, were you on the
I
boat
would
for
say
this?
that. I would
Have
not
I
say
have I
that.
seen you recently, or did you like? Were you on the boat for that meeting or not?
He was
No,
not.
no, I wasn't.
Oh, okay.
I mean, you might have seen me when I left, but that was pretty early in the morning.
Yeah, I won't
That's
worry
when you
about
were
it.
getting in your morning calisthenics.
Alex, I forget. Has it been common for us as players to leave the ship when we haven't got shore leave if it isn't on like official ship business?
Well, you gave them short leaves, so
Oh, never mind. All right, carry on.
yeah.
I forgot I did that.
All right, Rudel.
Um,
Well, you make your way to an alleyway. Now,
Well, we'll say I returned to the ship for what is it? For like breakfast or something.
Okay. No one, yeah. Svensson and crew have already left to go get breakfast. Snort is off in the harbor,
Hello.
rooting and tooting around. So it is you on the deck of the ship with Shaiban carving.
No one's using the rations to make themselves breakfast.
They did earlier, or they're just giving up and buying local food.
Yeah, I guess that makes sense. Eating slop is not appetizing.
Slop enjoyers.
Snort, are you a slop enjoyer?
You shout down to the water in the direction of Snort's bobbing head.
I bob my head up. Hello.
Hello, Snort.
Hi.
Just came back for some breakfast. Would you like to join me?
Oh, yeah. Throw me a rope.
Yeah, I'll do that.
Yeah, you toss a rope over the side of the ship. It's interesting because Snort is obviously disguised as a halfling, else he get murdered because Boblin. So you see a fully dry halfling climb up the rope, and it is just soaked with water because Snort is slimy.
Can you pull it? I don't want to climb the whole way.
I'm gonna kill him.
You're gonna kill him?
No, I'm kidding.
Yeah.
I'll pull it up halfway.
All right, you pull him up to the top of the deck.
Thanks.
He rolls over.
Lay on my back for a moment, catch my breath.
The deck is soaking now.
Guys, comment down in the comment section what's your favorite Snort fan fiction. Write it in detail.
No.
Brutal X Snort. Write it now.
No.
Winner gets a 10-minute meeting with Snortums.
It's true.
So, Snort, you
This
sit up.
message has been Snort approved.
You sit up and begin to eat some of Rudel's slop pot.
I don't use a spoon. I just kind of put my face in it.
Yeah.
It doesn't make my face dirty though.
Yeah.
What did you normally eat before this, Snort?
Goblin.
You ate other goblins?
Yeah.
How does goblin compare to slop?
I don't know. Kind of. You guys got more seasoning. They got a little bit more meat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which would you rather have? Would you rather have?
We also ate wargs.
Would you rather have?
Sometimes rocks if you were
100
hungry. Huh?
Would you rather have 100 slop
Mm-hmm.
or 50 goblins and 50 warg? An equal amount of both.
I would have I think probably 50 goblin and 50 warg, and then try and learn some necromancy, raise an army.
For the eating part. Eating question only.
Oh.
We're not getting into more heinous things. Had enough of that already.
I guess slop, because it doesn't raise any moral quandaries.
If there were no moral quandaries, Which would you rather eat?
Flavor alone. I don't know. Probably the wargs.
Interesting. Very interesting. Oh.
Can I ask how your heist is going?
Going well, Snort. It's
No,
not
no,
going well.
no. Why not?
Well, can't figure out any alternative way to do what I need to do, and so my next best course of action is hiring
I had
some
an
guys
idea.
to do it for me.
I had an idea
What
for
is
you.
it? What is it, Snort?
I think that if you go in there
Mhm.
with, you know how to make like a bomb, right, with your gunpowder?
Yeah, it's pretty simple.
I think you could go in there and then talk to the guy, right? The guy who's in charge of opening the cases. And then slide him a piece of paper that says, "I've got a bomb. Open this up." And then he can't call for the guard because then he knows that you're going to blow. And then he's got to open it. You take it. You walk out calmly. And then, you know, maybe they start to chase you after that or something. But it's kind of like the moment you're in there, he's already hostage and he doesn't even know it.
Yeah, that's a pretty decent idea.
I heard a story about somebody hijacking a boat that way.
What happens afterwards when they've seen my face and I've walked away?
Well, first, I
Maybe
think you know how to disguise yourself, don't you? I could teach you.
No, I already do. I already know.
Okay, well then, you know, not that big a deal. And also, just time it with when the boat's already gonna leave. Right? Just do it the hour before. Run away, get on the boat. They're gonna be like, "Oh my God, somebody called the guards. Somebody came in here and gave me a piece of paper." And they're gonna be like, "What? Why are you scared of paper?" And it's gonna take them time. And by then, we're already snorting off.
Alex, do I know how to make a bomb that could, like, guaranteed kill someone?
No. But, I mean, does it actually need to be able to do that?
I see him start to think. Remember, it doesn't even have to be a real bomb if you don't want it to be. It's about the bluff. If blowing the bomb, you know, isn't good for you either. It means you don't really get what you want. There is a way to get what you want. You could just blow up the case, grab the item, because magical items don't explode, but cases for them do. So it could still work. So it's good to have a real bomb, but it's about the appearance. It's about the threat of the bomb, not about the bomb itself.
Yeah, but I'd rather, like, have a real bomb. That way if things go awry and they catch me...
Yeah. No, I get it. But I'm just saying that the bomb is not the most important part. The talking, the paper, the confidence. That's what matters.
Alright.
It's an old goblin story of how a goblin took over an entire boating vessel.
He made a bomb?
Well, you know, bomb. He had some large threat. Depending on where you hear the story, it's, you know, it's a magical scroll or, you know, like a potion that could, you know, turn into fire. It kind of, you know, has changed over time, but the principle is the same.
Kill him in his sleep.
He was already there. What are you fucking talking about? He was there. He slid a piece of paper over. Oh, it wasn't a piece of paper. Also, it was a goblin. So it was actually like some like kind of leathered skin that he had carved some goblin into that said, "I'm gonna blow this place." And then he got what he wanted.
Yeah, I mean, like, after that. Like, why didn't they
Oh.
just kill him after that?
Oh, well, yeah, he directed the boat back to shore, told everyone to get off the boat, or else he was gonna blow, and then he took the boat away on his own.
He sailed a boat by himself?
It wasn't that big, and yes.
Alright. That's awesome.
Do you believe this goblin legend?
Well, no.
I don't think it's all true, but I think the idea is pretty reasonable, right? Like, it's like all good tales come from somewhere, right? Like, there's
No,
gotta be.
I see your logic. It's just...
I think it's gonna work.
A small reminder, Shaibon is over at the prow of the ship carving over this whole conversation.
Yeah, but...
Riddle, do you trust me?
Yeah, I trust you.
Alright, I think you gotta do it. When are you gonna hire somebody? The Great Rudel? Gonna get some like that bum ass thieves who are just gonna walk in there and die?
What if I hire them to make a bomb threat?
If they're gonna botch it. It's about the confidence. They don't have the confidence. They don't have the swagger. They don't have the presence. And also, are you gonna trust some like bum with a bomb? He's probably just gonna like blow it up.
That's also the other thing I was like concerned about. My first plan was they're gonna fuck it up.
Yeah, you got it. You gotta take matters into your own hands, Rudel.
Yeah.
You gotta walk in there. You gotta slide a piece of paper that says, "I have a bomb."
Back to what I was saying. I mean, Alex, do I know any like spells that could just like negate me detonating a bomb?
No.
Nice. Do I know of any spells that can like that someone could use to survive detonating
Not that
a
you
bomb?
have access to.
Well, I was maybe like something that like Merlin has access to.
Globe of
'cause-
Invulnerability, Dimension Door, Misty Step, depending on if they time it properly. You could have Death Ward cast on yourself permanently, which will bring you back at 1 HP regardless of how much damage you take. Yeah, there's a lot of ways once you have access to high-level magic.
Mm.
You could also have a Glyph of Warding that's procced with a Resurrection spell that instantly brings you back upon your death.
Yeah, but also there's the fact that I would blow up the store.
Yeah.
How would I get in though? That's
Walk in.
the
You walk in.
scary
You walk in the front door. You walk in the front door. Say, "I want to look at these things. Can you have the man show me the items?" That's the thing, is that you get to enter as a pedestrian, a civilian, but then before he even knows that you're a threat, you already have him hostage.
I mean, the problem with that is you need either a meeting with him,
Yeah,
or
but you've gotten one of those, right?
yeah, but you need to schedule it.
Okay, schedule one. How long did the last one take to schedule?
A day.
Okay, so go there, try and schedule one for tomorrow. Tell them you've got the money or whatever, and then when it's time to hand over money, you hand them a little piece of paper that says, "I've got a bomb." I can't help you write it.
No, that's quite fine.
Okay.
Yeah, I would be disguised as Lord Rothschild. And then with that, Rudel is gonna walk off.
You're gonna do it, man. You're gonna be a fucking legend. People are gonna be like, "Who the hell was that? Who was that guy in Chalcedon that stole that item with that bomb threat?" You won't be a legend by name, but you will be a legend forever.
Xander noises.
I hear Shaban.
Looking up,
Shaban is desperately trying not to hear the conversation. I think partially like partway through, it like after Rudel like is like very convincingly starting to like actually believe it. Shaban's just gonna walk away to the below deck.
you know, I should call a bomb threat. I should.
Oh, thank God.
All right, you ready?
Oh no, I walked off.
Yeah, he just walked away, Lamau. Where are we
Rudel
walking
walked
to? Yeah, he did.
Yeah, Riddle needs some time to think to himself.
Okay.
Okay.
Wait, sorry, but I just get up and walk off. I'm saying, I'll just want to say, just think about it, man. I think it's a good plan.
There's pros and cons to each of these things.
More pros in mine. More pros in my plan.
I mean, the hard part about that plan is like getting in, because it doesn't line up with the timeline of like, what is it? Being unanimous or being anonymous, and also like being able to get in.
Right, but then you already say that it takes one day. If you got a little bit of clout and you can disguise yourself with somebody with clout, it takes one day to get a meeting. You schedule a meeting today. Vote's gonna leave tomorrow. That is perfect. That is exactly where you want it. I don't see a timeline issue. I see an issue of you not wanting to take destiny into your own hands.
Okay, back to what I was asking Alex earlier. Alex, do I know how to make a bomb that could kill me?
Again, if you want to make it small, which is what it sounds like you're trying to do, no. If you just want to make something like gunpowder related, then yeah. I mean, a barrel of gunpowder will kill you and anyone within the room, so. But I don't know how you're going to smuggle a 100-pound gunpowder barrel.
Couldn't I just, like, put it in my bag of holding and say, like, look,
Oh, bag of holding full of gunpowder.
and just say, like, look, I have 500 pounds of gunpowder in here. If you don't do what I say, I'm going to, like, firebolt into this pack.
Well, specifically that would not work. But I mean, yeah, you could try that, yeah.
It wouldn't work because there's no oxygen in the thing.
No, it's not that. It's that if you do, like, you'd have to stick your hand inside of the bag of holding and then do a firebolt within that demiplane. You can't, like, shoot it into the bag. You have to, like, have your hand already in the bag and then do it. And in that case, it would blow off. I mean, yeah. I think basically you'd be taking that entire massive explosion and then funneling it through the opening of the bag, which is not going to be destroyed. So you're not making, like, a wide-scale bomb in that case. I mean, I know Ethan would know the proper term for this, but you're making, like, a directional bomb in that case.
So it's black powder, and so you're not even really going to do that. What you're more going to do is you're just going to make a rocket.
Oh, yeah, you're right. That's literally, yeah, you're right. That's literally a rocket, yeah. Because it burns up instantly as well. Yeah, so you're just...
I got him.
Yeah.
Yeah, now what you could do is you could just, like, you could just walk in there and then dump the gunpowder barrel just off the ground.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm not saying, like, dump it out, just take it out of the bag of holding and put it...
Yeah.
You're like,
And
hey,
now
look,
he
I
actually
have
would
this
have to pour a raw gunpowder out because a barrel can't fit in a bag of holding. So he'd have to do individual gunpowder drains.
What if he uses the duplicated bag of holding and then he dispels the fact that he ever duplicated it? Does the gunpowder just fall out everywhere?
No, the bag ceases to exist.
Yeah, and all its contents spill out everywhere.
No.
All of its contents are just lost to the ether?
Well, I believe it's specifically the realm of souls for bags of holding, but yeah.
Wow.
Well, that was my other question. Would I actually make a rocket, or would I be sent to the realm of souls?
No, it would just be a rocket, and also because it exists within a demiplane, the bag wouldn't go flying, so it'd just be the exhaust of a rocket hitting your face.
Bag moving very fast could hit him in the head.
We just have someone walking around with 2 bags of holding.
Well, yeah, he made them. They're not like actual bags of holding, but yes, you do have someone just walking around with 2 bags of holding.
Oh, okay. That's great.
Yeah.
All right, Rudel. Any other concerns? Or do you agree that it's gonna work?
Well, this is why I have a headcanon that Snorts, like, just has scrying permanently, because I'm thinking all this in my head. I'm not saying any of this.
Oh, sorry. I thought that this was where you were still leaving the ship.
No.
He's
all
in
right,
your head.
I snort.
He's the
Come
devil.
back to me if you have any more concerns. But
He's
it's
the
gonna
devil
work.
on your shoulder.
I just love the idea of, like, wouldn't I just disintegrate myself? Like, in my mind, it's like, no, just do it. Kill him.
The base.
Yeah, I mean, why do we have to call that headcanon? I think that's just
true.
we
That
call
is
that
just
canon.
real. Yeah.
There's just so many times where Adrian was like, this is a terrible idea, and Snorts in his brain, like, kill him.
Do it.
Fucking Emperor Palpatine, like,
Yeah.
get him. Shit.
Well, I'll be right back. So continue to cook and think.
Oh, I get to go grab another beer.
Yeah.
Let's
BRB.
go.
Are we taking 5 or just gonna be gone first, right?
Can we take 5?
Yeah, let's do that.
Sounds like we're taking.
Alright, cut it.
Democracy vote, take
Alex
5.
Toast,
Everyone
cut
said
it.
bye, let's go.
Welcome back to Voyages of the Defiance. We're still cooking on this Chalcedon plan.
It's gonna work.
That's the snort approved. Snort seal of approval. So,
I mean, the problem you brought up, or Alex, with, like, they could just scry on the item
yeah.
if they get it. Like, that can happen regardless.
Well, if you put it in a bag of holding or a lead box, or you break the item, then no. None of those, all three of those would invalidate scrying.
But how do you break the item, though? Can you just
You need to
throw
figure
on
that
it?
out.
Yeah, okay, yeah, I'll go
But if you
back
can
to
take the item, you can break it later.
I mean, that's the problem, though. If I just have the item, like,
Yeah.
I need to keep it in the bag of holding, and I don't know if this guy could breathe, and I can't figure out if he could breathe, because no book in this entire city can tell me if, like, what even is in there, or if there's an alternative way to free
He
him.
can hold his breath until you get back to the boat.
Yeah, but what then? Then they could just scry it, and then
Once the boat's
I'm
left
in-
the port, who cares if they scry it?
you know what? Fair and true.
Because we have a whole fleet. There's a whole Westbarn fleet in between us and the out.
Yeah, but we have a pass.
Yeah, but that pass doesn't work at all if the fucking Archmage of West Exeter like does the talking your mind thing to one of the captains, like, hey, don't let the Defiance through. Instead, just kill them. It doesn't help us with that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but
but
the pass is already signed.
But Blake doesn't hear you arguing any
you're
of
right.
that.
Sorry. Yeah, you're right. Yeah.
So, yeah.
You think we're gonna convince Blake to start caring about the health of the ship right now?
I mean, he's on the ship, so he cares about his own health.
Yeah. So.
You just have to find a way to, you either need to destroy it immediately or find a way to conceal it perpetually, because if they ever scry on it, it's over.
And there was nothing in the public library that talked about destroying magical items.
There's nothing even about magical items, period, in the public library. Because magical items are not this available to the common man.
This is true. Alex, in my days of replicating and investigating magical items, is there a possibility I could do like an Arcana check for this?
For what?
Creating and destroying magical items.
Sure. Roll me an Arcana check.
Blake, do you think making the thing go to the realm of souls would be like effectively destroying it?
Well, the goal is to free a creature inside, so if you banish that creature to the realm of souls.
Oh, I see. Never mind.
One rep I might know, just like, hey, is it cool if I just smash the thing in the ground, or should I do I need to recommend another thing? And
That's
then
true.
Like, you do this arcane thing.
I like this Comretha impression.
I'm using my 2nd out of 4 Flash of Genius thing.
Okay, I mean, you can roll before using the Flash of Genius. It's a reaction, so.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah, so magical items are typically created in 2 ways. Well, technically 3, but I'm not going to talk about the third. So there's 2 main ways. The first is just raw magic brute force. That's how 99% of old magical items are made. That is permanency, which is a 9th level spell, combined with another spell. It's that simple. The reason why that doesn't happen nowadays is because no one has access to permanency. Therefore, well, very few people have access to permanency. So those types of items basically just aren't made categorically today. And some of them literally can't be made because they require 10th or 11th or 12th level spells, which haven't been in the world for a millennium. The second type of way to make magical items, which is the type that you do, well, kind of, you just copy stuff, you don't actually make anything new. But like, you basically get a powerful magical thing that exists, such as mithril or something else. Then you put a low-level enchantment on that item, and then you put a higher-level enchantment mixed with other items. So you're basically taking a mixture of natural magic plus manufactured magic and making a magical item. That is by far the most common way that magical items are made today, because it requires a lot less high-level magic. As for destroying magical items, for things like artifacts or god shards or whatever, they have, when they are made, they come with an inherent way to destroy them. It's just the trade-off of having something that powerful. Like a flame tongue, for instance, can be thrown inside of like the plane of ice or whatever, and that will instantly destroy it. That's a not specific example, that maybe that wouldn't work, but that's the idea, right? The opposite would destroy it. For lower level magical items, some of them have ways that you can use them that just immediately destroys them. For instance, a movable rod goes above a certain weight limit and it just destroys itself. It can't handle it. Or for bags of holding, if you put them inside each other, they both get destroyed. For really low magical items, like common level ones, like a hat of glamour or whatever, which is just a hat that ruffles when you speak a command word, things like this can just be destroyed like they're normal items, because their enchantments aren't actually making them very strong. So, depending on what you're dealing with, it may require a simple, like, blade, like you just cut open the lantern because it's made out of paper, or you just smash it against the ground, or if it's higher level magic, there may be like a really specific way to destroy it, in which case that is really hard to figure out because Identify doesn't find that. That's like a legend lore or some other similar spell.
You said the lantern was made of paper?
I believe it was. Let me double check the description. No, it's made of glass. It's made of,
Okay.
what do you call that? Fogged glass? That's not what it's called. It's glass.
Opaque?
Maybe it is called fogged glass. It's like glass that's like blurry on the other side. I think it's called fogged glass. Something like that.
Okay.
Was that a Ben burp?
No.
Oh, okay.
Shut up.
Suspicious.
Guys, if you like Ben burping, like, comment, and
No,
subscribe.
don't do that.
Meeting with Snort if you do.
Don't comment about Ben burps.
Meeting with Snort, but he only burped.
Yeah, give us a snort burp.
Yeah, give me $5,000 and you get a 10-minute clip of Ben burping.
God.
New Snort OnlyFans?
Bro.
Snortly fans?
Snort burp content.
Anyways. Brutal.
Fans.
Dude, Snortly fans.
So, I mean, fuck. Where's the place? Library. The mage said I should go.
But
West
you gotta like make up
Annathul.
your mind here, dog. This has been like the better half of 2 sessions.
He talked about the library at West Annathul, which is the capital of Westbar, in the opposite direction of where you're going.
And what is it? He just straight up refused to.
Yeah.
What is it? To let me into
Yep.
the thing. Damn. I feel like with a 23, I would have been able to like get a signature.
Maybe
and not,
look at a
like-
magical book that would tell you the details of the magical item. I would agree that is what a 23 gets you.
Yeah, that is exactly what it gets me.
Yeah.
Alright, I think I just gotta hog the plan. So plan is I'm gonna go into a what is it? Oh right, so I actually have to go and like get myself actually disguised as like a distinguished, like different kind of gentleman.
Yeah.
So I don't know, is there like a theater or like a makeup shop that I could like?
There's no makeup
make
shops
look-
in the city, but there is definitely a theater.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, I'll head there.
Okay. There are 2 theaters in the city, one of which is maintained by the king. It is the King's Amphitheater. The second one is named the Round Bottom Theater, and it's located near the docks of the city.
Okay. I mean, is it just as simple as walk in, slip them a couple of EP, and just be like, maybe make me look different? Disguise skills, check.
I mean, I would not instantly assume that all theater people are criminals, but also I'm not going to say it's going to be hard.
Well,
I don't know if it'd be difficult, but yeah.
alright, yeah, I'll go to the one by the docks.
Okay, yeah, you head to the Round Bottom Theater. It is not show night, so there is just a couple carpenters working, but the theater crew, the performers who perform here every evening, are not too far away. They're located at a bar basically attached to the building, where beverages and other things like that are sold before performances. So you can head on over, and just to simplify it a bit, you can learn that many of these people are deeply strapped for cash, so while they don't want to know anything about why you want this, they'll just do it, like, for very small amounts of money, because they need it very badly. So I'm going to basically just tell you now, depending on how much you want to pay is going to impact the modifier of how good the disguise kit is. So what percentage chance would you like at getting a good disguise? Because that's going to impact how much you pay.
How much does 10 Electrum get me?
10 Electrum will get you like a D20 plus 3 or something.
Really? +3.
Correct, which is normal proficiency.
What about 14 Electrum?
Same thing.
What about 15 Electrum?
Same thing.
16.
Weirdly enough, I know it's hard to believe. Same thing.
Hold on, wait.
Yeah.
Guys?
Yeah, Rudel, I'd spend gold on this if I were you.
I don't
It's
have
kind
any
of like,
gold.
oh,
L.
Get some.
He only has short leave money.
Yeah. I spend the last of
Unfortunate.
it like getting Vezio to like not hate me.
All right, go back to
entirely.
Vezio and ask for money.
You know what? Based.
I bet you could win at gambling.
I mean, like,
Oh my
at
god,
what
can
point
you
are
imagine he gambles away all of his money? Ain't no
Try and do
way.
There's really no excuse to be poor when gambling exists.
at what point would the thing increase?
Like Ethan said, if you want, because you're going from what you're offering is like $1,400, which is awesome. Like you'll get an enthusiast who's more than happy to do their absolute best job. What you're actually looking for is a professional criminal who is willing to do a professional level job, which is going to cost several gold because they're a criminal. If you just want your local theater person, which is what you're paying, you can pay them like 2 Electrum and they'll do it. Like as long as you pay for the material cost, they'll do their absolute best, which is going to be a D20 +3.
Okay, time to dip into my assets. I'm gonna go try and sell my potion.
There is 2 magic shops in the city.
Oh.
Yeah.
Walks in there, sells an item to a person so he can go buy equipment to rob them. That's so based. That actually could work.
That is a great idea. The only problem is that if you want to sell an item, you're going to have to get a meeting with one of the 2 of them, which will burn a day.
You can set up a second meeting while you're there, though. So.
Yeah, but I don't have the money, and I need the disguise to set up the meeting.
Yeah.
And I need that's the other thing. I need the disguise to hold over for tomorrow so I could go in and be like...
Again, if it's a professional job, I don't think that's a problem. There are prosthetics and things that they can do and, makeups, and I think it'll be fine if you get a professional level to it. So potions are not very liquid assets because they're magical. You have to sell them through magical channels. Do you have any non-magical items that you could sell? You could also always embezzle from the ship. You know someone who can open it.
I was gonna suggest that.
I feel like you're setting him up so that you can murder.
No way.
What do you mean? I don't know what you mean.
I could sell 2 pounds of gunpowder.
The one that you got from the ship for experiments.
Yeah.
That's crazy. Yeah, you could.
How much
Is
does
that-
2 pounds of gunpowder get me?
It's a great question. Let me check.
Is that more liquid than? Can you sell that to just about anyone?
Yeah, it's not regulated.
Oh. Okay.
It will get you 350 pence.
Yeah, you're
That's
gonna need
not
to
a
sell.
lot.
You need to sell a lot more gunpowder than
Pretty
that.
good. It's like $100 a pound.
This is true.
Make it more. I want
Wait,
more money.
Wait, did you say 100 for like 350?
Okay, I'm gonna... First off, I'm gonna sell 7 daggers and a blunderbuss.
Okay. Let me go find some things. Daggers here. Economic sheet. Weapons. Dagger. Okay. They will buy your daggers for 25 pence each.
Okay.
And
So
then your
what's
blunderbuss.
25 times 7?
175.
Sounds right.
175.
175, yep.
175.
And that will
divided
be- Well, no, it will be in pence. Like actual pence.
by- Okay.
Yeah. Firearms, blunderbuss. Now, I see the price listed here. Now, West Exeter does have a gun culture, so they'll probably offer you significantly less. So let me multiply that by... you will be offered 7 Electrum for your blunderbuss.
Yeah, I'll take it. Is
Cool.
there any way? No. Can I roll a persuasion check to haggle it up, or? Nope.
Nope.
All right. Yeah, I'll take the 7.
Cool.
At what point are we talking? How many gold pieces is like I'm hiring a professional here?
Probably 2 to 5.
2 to 5 gold. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
and it's 5 electrum for a 2 a gold.
10.
10. Okay, so I do have 2 gold.
Huge.
I think I just want to. What is it? I want to try and get 1 more gold just to be safe. I don't have any more. Like I really only have like magical items on me.
Damn, suffering from success.
How many? What is it? How much did you say I could get for the powder horn?
The what? Oh, 350 pence.
350 pence, and that's how much electrum?
3 electrum and 50 pence.
3 electrum and 50 pence.
Yep.
And that would get me to 24 electrum, 4 silver, and like 300 copper.
Okay.
Is that enough to get me that?
You'd have to go talk to someone, and I'd roll for how much they'll charge within that window.
Okay, yeah, I'll go talk to someone.
Alrighty.
Just to figure. Yeah, I'll go.
Make your way back to the theater bar, and you ask around and say, like, hey, I really appreciate your offer, but do you know anyone who's more, like, talented in this? And you learn that within the city, there is someone who's quite famous. They're a local bard in the city, actually, known for disguise, obviously in the context of theater, but you sort of get the sense that it's a bit more sleazy. So you make your way to a bar, not next to the palace, but within that sort of district of the city. It's very nice. You spend 8 pence on a single drink just to, like, get in, basically. But once you're inside, there is a woman located at the stage. She's a West Bar and half elf, so tall, very pale, black hair, alien looking. And after her performance, you go and speak with her. She is the bard in question, and she will quote you 2 gold to do a disguise kit on you.
Great. I have that right now. So I have it in electrum. If is that okay with her?
That's fine.
Yeah, I'll pay her 2 gold.
Cool. Do you want it right now? This guy's kit?
What is it? Will it hold over for tomorrow's meeting?
Yeah, it'll probably hold on for about a day and a half.
You should ask her if she. Well, actually, no. I suppose you need it today. Then never mind.
Yeah. Yeah. I'll just. How much would like a room in like a rando inn cost?
A rando inn, like a silver.
What about
this
like
ain't good.
What about like a little bit more of like a high end place?
Oh.
A high end, like a one that nobleman would stay at?
Yeah.
A gold.
Okay. Would like an electrum get me at like all right? Yeah, that makes.
No, that would be like a traveler's establishment, not like a nobleman.
So I do need 1 more gold.
If you would like to stay at a nobleman's inn, yeah.
Yeah, I think I could get away with a traveler's establishment. So.
Okay. All right. I'm gonna roll the disguise kit check. It has been rolled. I know what your disguise is now.
Okay. Can I get like? Is there a mirror that I could look and like see?
Do you have a proficiency in disguise kits?
He does
no.
not.
Correct.
But
So
how
you don't have a
much-
basis to it unless it's egregious, like a natural 1. You don't have a basis to understand how bad it is. So if it's like a 10 or above, you're probably not going to be able to tell where it is on the scale. So when you
Is
look
it a
at
natural 1?
Is it a natural 1? No, it is not.
All right, Blake, you're good.
Yeah, I guess this is the best I could like possibly do. There's no like asking around like, how does it look?
Hey,
Yeah,
could you
I'll-
tell that
there's-
I'm a different guy?
There's not. No.
I mean, there is a way to test it. You go back to the Defiance and see if they recognize you.
Yeah, I'll go back to Defiance and see if they
Okay.
recognize me.
Well, it's
Oh,
later.
good.
It's
Okay, this
late
is-
in the
this is
evening.
good.
This will be fun, yeah.
It's late in the
Yeah.
evening. You guys are all on the top deck. Adrian.
Sorry. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, can we go back to the bit where we didn't find Rudel on the ship.
Oh yeah,
There's
you went to
something-
search for him, and
Yeah.
I don't know how you would ever find him.
Yeah, I was gonna send 3 Marines into town to get him then.
Okay, I don't. Also, it's a massive. I mean, it's a huge city. So.
Well, yeah, but obviously he's not gonna be in the fucking in the palace, or there's a lot of places he won't.
Yeah, I know, but that doesn't narrow it down. Okay, the docks alone are very large, and if you're saying, "Hey, I'd like to look for a person that matches Rudel's general description," you're gonna have to start spending money because you're in the docks and people are gremlins. So if you want to do it for free, it's a lot harder because you don't know, like, oh, he goes to this particular bar or something. So
there are like
also
hundreds
not
of.
be like,
if you want to pay
"Oh,
street
he's
urchins,
hanging
you
out at
absolutely
this
can. Yeah.
theater."
Yeah. I'll give the Marines some coinage to pay.
How much coinage?
Oh, I'll give them. Wait, does this place doesn't have an urchins guild or whatever the fuck that is? Do they?
It does not have a beggars guild, no.
Oh, okay, cool. Yeah, I'll give them 5 electrum.
Remove 5 electrum from the ship sheet.
It's done.
Alrighty. Brutal. As you were exiting the second bar, you are disguised. You look entirely different, and you see 3 familiar faces. You see Ugyak Kaya Toloi Bat Bayar and Ite Yildrim, the 3 Marines who survived the swine set incident. And they walk right past you and into the bar.
All right.
Do you talk to them, or?
No, I'm gonna let them walk past me.
Okay, then where are you headed?
I'm gonna go and set up the meeting.
Okay. It's later in the evening now. It's like 4 or 5 p.m. And you make your way towards that very fancy street. You notice that when night comes, the guard presence along the street increases. There are 8 men-at-arms along the street instead of 2. And you make your way to Merlin's Oddities and Curios. The main showroom is clearly closed, but that little antechamber with the guard is there. You open up the door. The guy looks you up and down. Can I help you?
Yes, I would like to set up a meeting to view the scrolls that Merlin has on. What is it? For purchase.
All right. If you'd like Master Merlin's scroll services, you can come back tomorrow morning at around 10 o'clock. It's first come, first serve for the scrolls.
Thank you.
Is it gonna let you see? Is it gonna let you see the items, Blake, if you're just there for scrolls?
I mean, I think I walk by them. Don't I?
Oh,
This is true. This is true. Yeah, the scroll repository is on the far side of the room.
He's doing a bomb threat too. Like, it's more complicated.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're doing a bomb threat. Sorry, this meeting was for scrolls.
I didn't know if
That would be so funny. Sir, you have to cash a check, not to steal from the bank.
Sir, if you want to deposit a bomb threat and stuff from the bank, you're gonna have to set up another meeting later.
That was the most based Mythosian moment. Sir.
Yeah. Oh shit. In the evening, before I got the disguise kit, did we just say that I dumped a bunch of gunpowder in my pouch?
No, because you would have had to gone back to the ship to do that.
I'll cover for you. I'll cover for you.
Uh-oh. This is where it all goes wrong.
Yeah, while everyone's not on the ship.
They are
I
back
would've-
by the time that happened.
Yeah.
Because when you had breakfast, which is when they were gone, and then you left to go do this, and they came back after that, so they would be back on the Defiance by then.
Eric, I'm gonna invite everyone to look simultaneously the other way across the water.
No,
Come on, man. Come on, Alex.
no.
We want this to work.
That's fine, man. He just needs to come back to the ship and sneak in. It's that simple.
Why does he need to sneak?
Yeah.
Why can't he just tell us it's
Okay,
him?
because if he wants to do that, he can, but he just needs to talk to the crew about it.
Come on. Come on.
Well, I could just cast invisibility.
I'm
I don't know if
real.
that would like. I don't know if that would guarantee like. I mean, in fact, I think that would like get to start a fight if I was caught.
Yeah, you also know that there are certain members of the crew who just sit in the cargo hold and do shit, such as Shaiban, the other carpenter, the surgeon.
Yeah. I think what I would do is cast invisibility, like go up to Snort and be like,
Okay, wait, okay. We can do this, but we gotta be real super clear. So, it is earlier in the evening, before you spent 2 gold, but after you sold a bunch of items. On the deck of the ship, Unio, Snort, Svensson, and Vezio, as well as Crab, are having dinner with Slop, and Crab ordered some food from the shore, which they are all sharing. You go to the base of the pier, and then you head to a nearby alleyway. You cast invisibility on yourself, and you make your way down the pier. Continue.
I go up like. Would Snort be like by anyone, or
Yeah,
would he be
he's
by
in a
himself?
circle with all the other folks.
Well, sometimes I pace when I eat, so I'll
That's
walk
true.
the deck of the ship up and down.
Yeah.
Self-insert.
So
And
the
they're-
plan would be. The plan would be like I go up, no one can hear me except for Snort. I'd be like, Snort, I need you to cause like a huge distraction, and that gets
Okay, I'm gonna stealth check.
everyone. Stealth check? Would
Yep.
that be at advantage?
No,
Oh well,
because this
I'm
is about
actually
your sound, not about sight.
we're actually doing this. I thought we were talking through the plan.
Oh, no, yeah. I mean, if you want, we could talk through it before. But yeah, I mean, push come to shove, you're gonna have to make a stealth check.
Yeah. Yeah. So that, and then be like, Snort, I need you to cause like a huge distraction to get everyone on top so I could steal a bunch of gunpowder. I'll put it back.
Sure, we can just go into it. I mean, I don't think we need to. It sounds like you got a plan in mind, so we don't need to talk through the plan. So you cast stealth. There's cast invisibility in a alleyway. I just had a stroke. You walk down the pier, approaching the Defiance. You hear the sound of talking. Crab's in the middle of a story about how he did the most horrendous shit in the world, but he's telling it very casually. And you climb up the deck. And let's get a stealth check.
What did he? Oh, you know what? Never mind. Not important.
I want to know.
Good call. Good
I'm
call.
gonna
I can
cast-
ask. I can ask. I can ask later.
I'm gonna use a flash of genius. So
Okay, does
that
anyone
is
have a passive
a
perception
12.
above a 13?
Probably not.
Wait.
No, I've got like
yeah.
a -1 whiz.
I think only
I have
Georg does, and he
13.
is in a
I
drunk
also
coma.
have a 13. Let's go.
Okay.
Yeah, I have.
We got a
13.
9.
Since you are meeting it, and you are in a very noisy harbor, I do not think you would hear anything. And no one has a 14, right? Or higher?
I have 14.
Okay. Vezio. Crab's in the middle of a story talking about god-awful shit, and you do hear a creaking of boards that seems to come from the gangplank leading up to the ship, and when you glance over, there is no one there.
Pick up my halberd and walk over.
He's approaching you, Brutal.
Yeah, I'm gonna. If I'm halfway up, I'm just gonna not move. If he gets too close, we'll figure that out.
Okay. You walk over, Vezio. You just have completely zoned. You weren't listening to Crab's story to begin with, so you just hear the sort of ambient talking behind you. Snort has been pacing back and forth on the deck, so there's that noise as well. But you approach the gangplank, you look around. There's no one on the pier as far as you can tell. It's pretty late in the evening, so most things are quiet. You don't hear any movement. You don't really hear any noises either.
I guess if I heard something from here and I don't see anyone, I want to like look around the side of the ship or like underneath the gangplank, make sure no one's trying to sneak on. But
Yeah, you lay down and sort of look underneath the gangplank to see if anyone's clinging to the bottom. Nothing there. And I think Snort, since you are pacing, I think during your pacing you notice that Vezio's like peeking around and investigating the gangplank leading up to the ship.
What's wrong, Vezio?
I don't see anything.
What's that?
I thought I heard something, but there's nothing. here.
I'm gonna just go see if I sniff anything.
Roll me a perception check.
Natural 20.
Yeah,
Oh,
you know,
fuck.
you smell the very distinctive and like overwhelming aroma of salt water.
Wow. Yeah, it does smell.
Oh, well. I'm just gonna go back. to
Good
what I was
nose,
doing.
man. Good nose.
Freak.
All right. Well.
All right,
Cool.
you head back over and sit down.
All right. And once he like clears off and like goes back to where he is, I guess I'll continue.
Okay, you continue up the gangplank. as you step on one of the top boards, it creaks ever so slightly, but it's not loud enough to be heard over the sound of people talking. At this point, Crab's getting to the part in the story where he cast Fireball, and so it's getting pretty noisy over on that corner of the ship.
Dude, classic.
So Snort is the most easily accessible of them because he is pacing back and forth.
Hello.
Yeah, I guess I'll go up to Snort and be like just be like, it's Riddle. Don't make a scene. Don't react at all.
Okay.
I
Hi, Riddle.
I need you to distract the people down below, because I need access to a lot of gunpowder for that thing we talked about.
Oh, the bomb threat. Okay.
Adrian, you do notice Snort talking to the air, but that's literally like completely normal. That's like,
Yeah,
not,
that's
fine. There's nothing weird about that at all.
I barely even take notice, dude.
Yeah.
He routinely talks to storms. I assume
he's having another
talking to the
schizo
air.
moment. It is what
I
it
bet he's
is.
talking some air thing he made up or some shit like that. Oh wait, actually no, even better. Snort, shut the hell up! I can't hear him tell his story.
And how many people did you kill then?
Yeah, and Crab continues and says, and that's when I said, if you're going to be a fish, and then we cut back to Snort.
All right, so just make a big distraction. That's all you need.
Downstairs, so I can take a lot of gunpowder.
Make a big distraction downstairs.
Downstairs.
Okay, yeah, got it. And then I'm gonna yell out to the people that like I was eating dinner with, and I'm gonna say, I'm gonna go do some dumb shit downstairs, and then I'm just gonna like drop my bowl and start running.
Yeah, does anyone acknowledge him, or do you just focus on the Crab story?
Crab story.
I'll look over at Unios. He's probably gonna go sit in a barrel, right?
Yeah, I'll kind of like wave my hand.
Whatever, dude. He's probably gonna go talk to the grog or something.
No way. All right.
I assume Snort's fumbling noises will cover up like me stealthily trying.
Yeah, and I'm going like as I'm running away.
You snort and you stumble down the ladder, and Crab's getting to the penultimate part of the story where he commits horrendous crimes against humanity, and you descend the ladder with Rudel. You're on the second deck now, and then you Snort, you descend the ladder to the third deck, and there are two people down here. There is Shaiban, and there is his carpenter. The two of them are sitting on a crate, and Shaiban's just talking about how to handle the ship, because you got that new carpenter, William, who knows very little about ship maintenance.
William.
I forgot how we got him on
How could you forget about William?
No, I forgot that we were like free trip to.
Oh yeah, free trip to
Oh
Amiens.
yeah, dude, fucking free trip.
So yeah, you and
fine.
free trip to Amiens, William are talking about ship maintenance in the lower hold, sitting on some crates.
I come barreling down the stairs. Guys, hey,
What it is, it's small.
hey.
Yes.
I gotta tell you something. I've been practicing my boat crafting, and I wanted to show you something I've got down pretty good. And then I'm going to attempt to show them a trick where I can toss a nail in the air and then hit it with a hammer so it projectile sticks into wood. And I'm going to continue to miss the nail, and every time I'm gonna go, hold on, I almost got it. Hold on, and I'm gonna keep trying, and then I'm making a lot of noise, talking a lot, getting them to focus on it.
Okay. Yeah.
Performance
you
check?
do that.
Performance check?
The reason I don't think performance is because, you can be the most distracting person in the world, but when a 100-pound gun barrel lifts up and starts emptying, I don't think that's gonna distract
I'm having them look the other direction. I'm doing it on the other side. Well, I guess he didn't tell me what it was about, actually.
Oh, yeah, that's a good... Yeah, true. So you're distracting them. I'll put it that way. You are distracting them very much. Yeah, William and Shaiban are completely...
Yeah.
Can I not just lift the lid off and just start scooping it into the pouch?
The lid for an entire bag lifting up.
All right. I roll a stealth check.
No, you cannot take the lid off an entire barrel in plain view of 3 other people and not get caught. That is impossible.
Snort, could you get him upstairs?
I don't know to.
So yeah,
good
Rudel.
point.
We'll just Rudel for now. Rudel, you are in the bottom hold of the ship. William, and Shaibon are completely absorbed by Snort's performance. The problem is, since Snort didn't know where to direct them about what the gunpowder barrels that you need are easily within their line of sight or their periphery.
I am going to like. You said you were just like throwing a hammer to try and get like hammer the nail into the board.
Yeah, I'm trying to like do like a nail trick shot.
Yeah, I'm probably gonna join you at this point. Just like be
Yeah.
like, set up like a board against the crate.
Oh, hell yeah, dude.
I got this.
I was like, get in, guys. It's good. It's good time.
William will just watch.
Could you like mention in passing that like you broke something like the bow?
Bro, you
on,
gotta
like, the
tell
top
him.
of the
You gotta
deck?
tell him that you need him to do
Yeah,
these
you didn't.
things.
You did not tell me. Yeah, you gave me. I am following your instructions really to the best I can.
He's cooking right now.
Okay. Yeah, I'm
We're
gonna.
both cooking. This is gonna work.
I'm gonna like walk up to Storm and be like, up at the deck.
Oh, I think it works better when you're able to get a bit more sunlight. So moonlight. Let's go up top.
William looks at
Come on.
Shaibon.
Crab's telling a crazy story too. He like did a bunch of bad shit again.
That is precisely why I'm down here.
That man is a monster.
Yeah.
Incredible.
Okay. Well then maybe we can get people to stop listening to him and instead watch our incredible skills.
William will look at Shaibon.
This is a fun moment, but there's a reason we're doing it down here.
Come on, Xander, be cool.
No, let him cook, you son of a bitch.
Yeah, don't tell him to be cool.
I'm kidding, I'm kidding.
Hold on. Wait. No. Okay, can I at least show you the nail that I actually landed with it? Because it is on the top deck. That's why I'm saying it's better up there, is because I landed one up there.
William will raise an eyebrow. You actually did it successfully?
Yeah, that's why I came down here. I wasn't just a dumb game. It works.
I mean,
But now I have to see their proof.
I gotta see that. I mean, that's a big claim that you're making.
Yeah.
This
Yeah.
This for shits and giggles, but if
Yeah,
you
come
actually
on.
got it, then that means it's possible.
Yeah.
All right, and then I'm gonna bring him to the top deck where I earlier repaired something and just forgot to hammer a nail in all the way because I was kind of lazy, and I will show them that one.
Yeah, you climb up the deck, you point towards like a board that's like halfway, like not even fully like nailed in, and you point towards a nail that's sticking like 3/4 of the way out, and William just
Yeah,
looks at
look.
Shaibon.
Look.
I would scratch my head and like try and actually like parse if this is like,
Yeah.
I feel like you could tell if this is like.
Yeah,
hammered
of
in
course, because
normally or
like
hammered
to
in- 'cause it
to
would
do
get it
this,
with
the way
hammer.
he's describing it, he'd have to throw it up in the air, slam it down like with gravity basically to put it in like a 90-degree downward motion. That'd be like almost impossible. You're pretty sure it wouldn't even look like this. Little Snort smoking crack.
Don't say that.
So that it
Little
would come out at an
snort
angle if you
smoker.
did the trick normally. I don't believe you. This is like a normal
Okay.
nail. that
It
you
wasn't.
put
It
in
wasn't.
halfway.
It wasn't a full toss. It was like I threw it up in the air and I hit it down.
Then how
It
did it
wasn't-
even go in the wood?
What?
Well, if you can do it, just do it again.
Oh, I've been trying to. I did it once. I was trying for hours. It's not easy. You know that. You tried it.
William
no, you
looks
didn't,
at
but he did.
Shaibon. And you know, you guys hear the carrying voice of Crab, and he says, "And that's the story about how I killed a fish creature and turned a man into a fish."
So you can turn men into other creatures other than just the cats?
We will cut below the ship.
Giving William like a very sympathetic look, like
He
dude.
looks horrified. So we'll cut to the bottom hold of the ship. Rudel, you will still have to be quiet because there are other people down here sleeping, but no one is within the cargo hold, so there's no like line of sight problem. So just be stealth check at advantage.
Okay.
All right.
Nice.
You take the lid off of one of the gunpowder barrels and you start to fistful by fistful pour it in, and then when you realize that's taking too long because you don't have all the time in the world, you tip the keg over and it just almost instantly voids into the bag of holding. And if you would like, you can steal 5 gunpowder barrels worth of gunpowder from the ship.
Yeah, I'll do that.
Holy shit. Ethan,
Dude, that's
you've
so
been
much
heisted.
money.
You've been
That's
heisted,
so much
Ethan.
money, dude.
All right.
Adrian is fuming.
You have
Ethan
been heisted.
loves it.
All right, as you finish filling the last barrel, you hear sounds of people descending, and you can hear William saying, "I mean, I get that the bosun's mate and all, but I've never known a any person to lie half as much as Snort does. And, you see, Rudel, you sort of press yourself to the wall as Shaibon descends the ladder, and William descends with him.
I like to consider the different planks because I have never seen him lie on a scale that is, detrimental.
Did I put everything back so it looks okay?
Well, they're just empty barrels. Anyone opens them, it's incredibly obvious. It's 500 pounds for gunpowder. But yeah, until someone opens them, it won't be very obvious.
Yeah, all right. Then I'll slink away.
Yeah. So Snort, after William and William and Shaibon, a bit disgruntled. I think it's obviously a lie. You do. You go.
Is he?
Where do I go?
Yeah, where you go, Snort.
You're lagging
Hello?
bad.
No,
You're
you're back. You're back.
Okay. Hi.
We're so back. It is no
where do
longer
you go,
Dover.
Snort? Yeah.
I am gonna go. Any chance I can go back and wonder for more foraging, or is that a tomorrow thing?
Oh no, I was just asking. Like right after you talk to those two, you were still somewhere on the ship. Do you go check with him?
Oh, I see. I will. I'm gonna stand away from the crowd so that if I need to be given more directions by a little whisper in the ear, I can do that.
Yeah.
And I will wait. I will be away for people until I hear more, or for like an hour, because I don't know how long he's gonna be doing stuff here.
Okay, yeah. You walk back over to the Nightmare Blunt rotation on the top deck, and you hop your little goblin ass on a crate, and you just watch. And Rudel, you climb your way back up to the mid deck. It is completely empty because you guys don't have slaves anymore. So then you walk to the ladder, you pull yourself up onto the top deck, and Crab is being bombarded with questions about the veracity of what he was talking about because it's a fucking psychotic story. And do you want to check in with anyone, or you just want to leave?
I just want to leave.
Okay. You walk over to the gangplank and roll me a final stealth check.
Now what?
That would be really bad. Okay, yeah. You descend the gangplank without any incident, and the final thing you hear as you walk away, you hear Crab saying, "And I mean, that's the best part about Fireball. Once you cast it, people stop asking you questions like this." And you walk off into the night.
Everyone runs for their lives.
Good to see Crab back on his feet.
Oh yeah, he's recovered. He's back to his usual.
That's good. Okay.
We need him to have his, god complex and ego. I think that's
Yeah.
What else is he good for? I mean,
Yeah, true. What is Crab without his god complex?
a soy.
Yeah, so true. So, Rudel, you go to a bar, you go self-disguised, and you go to a traveler's inn, and you decide to cough up the one electrum and spend the night there. Back on the Defiance, is there anything you would like to do in the late evening?
Yeah, I wanted to leave today. Do the Marines ever come back?
They'll probably come back like really late, like after you guys have dinner, after the crab story, after like some members of the crew are going to bed.
Yeah, I have not gone to bed yet. I'm gonna wait.
I will go find Captain Svensson.
Okay, yeah. So it's Snort, Crab, Adrian, Unios. The four of you guys are on like the mid. Well, yeah, Vezio's there too.
No, I meant like I wanted to wait until I could get Svensson on his own.
Oh, okay. Then you wait even later into the evening until Crab goes to the front of the ship to read. Vezio goes to get some sleep. Unios descends below the decks. Adrian sitting on a crate looking out towards the pier, waiting for the three Marines to return.
I'll be like pacing on the deck, visibly upset at this point.
Yeah.
Hello.
What do you want, Snort?
I got something to talk to you about.
I'll just look at him.
I'm gonna look around. Does it look private?
There's only one other person on the deck, which is the carpenter William. He's currently hammering loose that a certain Snort deposited.
You wanna go to your quarters?
Yeah.
Okay.
Hey, William.
He glances up.
Let me know if the Marines get back.
Will do, Captain.
I'll head in.
Yeah, even Crab isn't in here because he's off reading, so your captain's cabin is empty.
Hello.
Hello, Snort.
I think Rudel might go die tomorrow. It's just a chance. I don't know. So he was talking to me about planning this heist. Did he tell you about this?
What?
He's been trying to steal stuff from downtown. Something about a hag.
Oh dear God. From who?
I don't know, I didn't really listen. I think he told me, but I wasn't paying much attention. Anyways, I gave him a good plan. I gave him a good plan. It's either gonna work really well or he's gonna get like killed on sight. One of the two. I'm hoping it works. I of course want it to work, but if it doesn't work, I become the bosun, right? Just like figuring out how this works.
God. You. Let me get this straight.
Yeah.
Rudel came to you and said he
Yeah.
wanted to steal something.
Yeah. Not from us though, from someone else, which were pirates. So I was like, that must be good.
You told him the worst plan you could possibly come up with.
No.
No.
No, I came up with the plan that I would do if I was him. Honestly, good snort plan.
14 on the insight check.
I think that this comes across as this comes across as normal snortery to you. I would say with a 14.
Okie dokie.
Like the yeah. I can explain I can tell you the plan if you want, but I'm telling you, it is a classic snort plan.
Yeah.
I think that's maybe the most telling line for your insight. He's gonna walk in. He's gonna make a meeting to the place he's stealing the stuff from alone.
Why does he need a?
He's gonna get a disguise on, because that's how you get into the place. You go with a meeting with the guy.
What kind of places need meetings?
Very fine establishments.
Snort, where's he stealing from?
It's something magical. I don't know. Again, I didn't listen that much. I just came up with a plan. I'm more about action.
Oh dear God. Go on.
All right, and he's gonna walk in there, and he's got like a bomb or something. I told him to make a bomb because he's
bomb?
Yeah.
A bomb.
yeah, bomb.
How do you make a bomb?
Sorry, I have to break. That's such a funny reaction. He's Rudel. He makes bombs. What do you mean? He's like Rudel, like Baumheim. Like that's what he does. So I told him to make a bomb, and then he's gonna.
Such a funny nickname for Rudel.
Rudel Baumheim.
And
that's what he's about to become.
Then he's gonna get a little piece of paper, and it's gonna say, "I've got a bomb. Give me what I want, or this whole place blows."
Rudel Oppenstramenheim.
And you said he said something about how the whole place blew?
Yeah. I told him to make the biggest bomb he could.
I'm gonna stand up and bust through the door and run down to the lower
Where are you
hole.
going? I'm not done.
No,
am I gonna be the bosun?
I'm gone already.
I'm yelling out the door. Am I gonna be the bosun?
You rapidly descend the ladder. I mean, as you put together, if a bomb big enough to blow up a building, that's like hundreds of pounds of gunpowder. That's an insane amount of gunpowder. And
I know Rudel can't. I know Rudel's not powerful enough to make a building destroying bomb.
It's sort of like that scene in Breaking Bad where like he opens up his money vault and none of the money is there. Like you run down, panicked, you sprint past William, and Shaibon, you tear open one of your gunpowder crates. And you see a couple little corns at the very bottom.
I'm gonna go open the rest of them.
Yeah, you tear open a second one. It's empty. At this point, William sees what you're checking, and he starts to help you. And you find 500 pounds of gunpowder missing.
Oh dear God. I'm gonna go back up to him.
Oh, okay. I'm just waiting.
No. If you're behind me, Snort,
Okay.
what's? He said he disguised himself.
Or he was gonna. I don't know.
How does he plan on getting back to the? Oh dear God, he comes on planning back to the ship.
Yeah, and then we're gonna leave. So
He's gonna steal something from somewhere that requires an appointment, something to do with magic. Alex, is there any way I would know that all of the magical light? Okay.
pretty good plan, right?
Do we have magic shops in the Actually, you know what? I don't even know if it's a magic shop. I just know he's okay. For all I know, he's stealing from like a museum or some shit.
Yeah, or
Yeah,
from, like,
I'm just
the
gonna see
king
the
or
look on
whatever.
your face, like
Or
You
just
seem like you
an
don't like the
armory.
plan.
Yeah.
Seems like you don't like the plan. What do you not like? What don't you like about the plan? I think it's a good plan.
Well, I don't know where you would get that's privately owned where you could just get magical items, which means he's going to be stealing from the government.
Okay. What about it?
Well,
We
it
did
tends
that. We did that earlier.
Yeah, we did that with a ship full of amber, cinnamon, and wool.
Yeah. Good
Not
stuff.
a magical item.
You know, well.
And my guess is, if it's a government-owned place, they'll know about it immediately, and they will immediately try and capture him.
How are they going to capture him? They don't know who he is. He's got a bomb.
And they have the entire state's worth of magical items and powerfulness. We're also in the capital.
Oh! There was a fix for that. He's going to put the item in his little baggie, then he says he can't track it then. He's got like a tracking baggie or something. I don't know. But he says he's not getting tracked. And he's disguised, and they don't know that his name's Rudel, so I think he's kind of chilling.
Crab! I'm gonna go find Crab.
Yeah, at this point, like, a bunch of the ship is awake. Like, Shaibon and William were just there for the whole conversation, and you very loudly talking woke up a couple people. So some heads are poking out, and you climb up to the second deck, climb up to the top deck, head up to the helm where Crab is reading a book, and he'll, as you climb up the steps, he'll stand up. Yes?
If someone were to steal an item from the Hethanian government and they really wanted to find it, would putting it in a bag of holding stop them from doing that?
The Hethanian government?
Yeah. Oh, sorry. No, the West Exeter government.
I imagine that they still have powerful clerics, so I'd imagine not.
Okay then. Yeah, that's
So you like the plan now?
No, I hate the plan.
Oh, why is that?
Because he's gonna get caught and he's gonna make us get caught. Because you can't hide items from the government.
Yeah.
Sounds to me like if he gets caught, he explodes, and then we.
And then
we want the doodle gone anyways.
And then I'm the bozo.
No. I think the plan is good enough that he's gonna make it out of there, come onto the ship, and then he gets caught. So he's gonna just get all of us caught.
Oh, then we'll just like snitch or something. I don't know.
We'll just die is what we'll do.
Just snitch.
Well, I won't die.
Oh, that's what you mean. Oh, no, we're just gonna snitch now.
Oh.
Just snitch.
I don't know where the hell he is, but he's not coming back on this fucking ship. And especially Unios.
I don't like.
Oh,
Oh man.
Unios, I completely apologize for everything I said to you about Rudel. A hag told him to steal from the government, and I was going to do it. So yeah, you were right this entire time, and I apologize.
Yes. He's gonna start cackling.
Give us one. Give us one.
Ain't no way.
Oh, what are we going to do to him?
We're going to snitch on him, and then the government's going to kill him horribly.
Ah, yes. Okay. Where do we go for this?
Why
This
are
is
we
not how
can't
this
we
was
just
supposed to
leave?
go. This is not how this was supposed to go.
A good question. Where should let's go to the nearest government representative, I suppose, and I'm gonna bustle. Oh, Vezio, can you come?
Hold on a moment.
Is there a reason we can't just leave Poland?
Oh yeah, I was planning on leaving anyway. We might get in good if we tell on him.
We might also just.
Why do you want to get in good? What does that mean?
That means we have favors to call upon later.
I must say, I think I agree with Vezio. I do not wish for, assuming they catch Rudel, they will interrogate him thoroughly, and if they ever ask about his hag connection, they'll know that we had a hag person on our ship. He could tell that, we let Clamretha do what she did. I think we pretend we don't know him, completely wipe ourselves of his taint.
If he gets caught before we make it past the blockade, plus they know our name and ship, and for our familiar.
Well, then we should leave very soon and move very fast.
The issue is that while I was doing our deal with the Chamberlain, he said that he would spread our name of piracy up and down the northern kingdoms if we didn't fulfill our deal. I'm worried that something like that will happen. As in, we won't be able to land at Tucson without getting arrested and killed for piracy.
Crab will shrug. Is it better that they know that we let hags onto our ship?
Do we know what Rudol is? Could we just kill him ourselves?
We have no idea where he is. I've sent the Marines out to look for him because I wanted to leave tonight, but they haven't found him.
Right.
Does anyone have any way of finding someone? Because
Okay,
we could.
Real quick. I missed it earlier. How does this... You described it as North, but I was caught up. How is it any different than when we stole from government ships?
Well, we stole from government ships, and when we stole them, we stole, like, cloth and amber, not magical items.
Crab will speak up.
And also...
And, remember, that did not end well.
Yes, that's actually a great point. We got caught.
I did not think about that.
The last time we stole from the government, we got caught. I don't want to get caught again.
I could contact Rudol. Send a message to him.
Could you tell him to meet you somewhere tonight? And then we just jump him?
I could. I could also tell him
You
to
could
call it
slip
off.
You could slip some mandrake root in his...
I don't want him on the ship anymore. I suppose I don't think... Do I have the authority to do that, Alex?
No, you cannot kick him off the ship. You can remove him from bosun, but not off the ship.
Okay, yes, so I'll go... Actually, I do not have the authority to do that, I suppose.
Could we hold the vote?
Yes, I can. Yeah. I can hold the vote, so... So that's what I'm gonna do. Let's get a vote together. There aren't very many of us left, so...
Vote to make me bosun?
Well, you are the bosun's mate.
Yeah.
So
Put it in
by
the vote.
default, I don't have to. I can just make you the bosun. That I don't have to
good.
put into a vote.
Okay.
But yeah, let's do a
Hold
vote.
on. Hear me out.
This feels a lot dirtier
Let's
than
say-
it.
I'm hearing you out.
Let's say we get this magical item, whatever it is, and then Huro comes back to the ship. And this is best case scenario, we don't get caught. Would this not aid us in our quest of killing those men in Amiens?
We don't know what the item is. We don't know why the hag wants it, what she wants to do with it. We don't know. I don't think we're gonna get access to this item.
If we are caught,
Well,
none
there's
of it
something-
matters either.
That's true. Yeah, and
I doubt Rudol is smart enough to steal it.
Even
If it
let's
was
say
something
he
that would
is.
help us, why would
even
he
if it
steal
gets onto the
all that
ship.
gunpowder from us? Come to us first.
Even if it gets on the ship, and it does benefit us, and it even if it just killed the man in a single utterance of a word, there are clerics who can speak directly to the Jade Lady, ask questions of their god. They will find this item, and we will all hang.
I agree with Crab. The only question is what to do with him now. Do we want
But
to leave him
we
in
can
port?
stop
Oh,
it. I can message him, tell him it cannot be done, and that he must return to the ship.
All right.
All right, so I suppose the vote would be that or not. Because if it's not, we can talk from there, and if it's that, we'll just do that.
How many times are we going to keep giving this man chances?
How many times will we give you and the
All right.
captain chances? 90 men were hung in Swineset. I was almost hung in Swineset.
Yes,
I'd
as
like-
was I had no part in
I
that.
do not care. I do not want you to talk about chances when you got nearly every member on this crew killed.
How did I do it?
Did you tell the captain to stop? Did you say that perhaps we shouldn't turn ourselves in to a patrolling ship of a rival
I did.
nation whose ship that we pirated?
I did that.
We were all there. We were all at the helm. None of us stopped him.
I tried.
Yes, Snort, thank you.
Okay. Just for the record, I just don't want people to forget that I was right.
We get it.
Okay. and that is, you know, kind of like a trait of a good bosun.
I understand, Snort. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. I'll be quiet.
Please. I think everyone's looking at Unios.
I am familiar with chain of command. He would not have listened to me anyways, and I was not going to dispute.
Fine. Then what's use are you to the ship? We're following the coast for the rest of the time. Second chances are allowed aboard this vessel. Nowhere in our charter does it say anything about hags, need I remind you. And yet, we distrust him all the same. I make things out of flesh. It is my hobby. But you all see the use in this, and so it is acceptable. I will not have him impugned on that pure basis, and you can hold the ship's vote, but I will veto with fire. I will talk to him. I will ask him to return to the ship. If he declines, it is a separate discussion.
Also, we need Rudolph for the cannons. We cannot get this pass that you have will not work, and we'll all be pirates and hung next time we visit this country.
That's actually an excellent. That's actually an excellent point. We will not be able to use the cannons at all, as Rudolph stole all of our gunpowder.
So we message him then, and give him an ultimatum.
Didn't Rudolph make it so that they don't need gunpowder, or am I incorrect in that?
If he did,
Well,
I assume when he dies it will end.
That is true.
And then we won't be able to complete our mission.
All right.
And all right, Crab, do it.
Brutal.
Mhm.
You're at a tavern. For your night's stay was included a small meal. You also get a breakfast included. And you're sitting in your room, sipping on a beer, trying to kind of push down the nerves for what you have to do tomorrow. And you hear a voice in your head. Rudel, return to the ship immediately. If you do not, we will leave without you and pretend we do not know you. That's the whole
Do
message.
it then. Yeah, I'm not gonna return.
You can respond to the message if you like, because it is a sending spell.
Okay, I will just say I will not.
Back on the Defiance. Crab's eyes close for a moment, and then they open again. He stays quiet for a couple of moments. He will not return to the ship.
Heyo.
All right, time to have the discussion about what we do now then.
We leave.
I think that will cause more problems than it will fix.
We can't find him.
What is your solution then, Captain?
We have to tell the authorities.
What will we tell them? We do not know what he looks like right now.
And why would we tell them? Why would we associate
we
this
tell them,
incident with our name of the Defiance?
They're
Because
just gonna
once
drag
they
us
catch
into
him-
interrogation and
Once they
put us on the zone of truth, and at best we get away with nothing. At worst, they find out we're pirates.
They're not gonna find out because I'm gonna kill myself before that happens.
Adrian.
You guys forget that Rudel would never subject himself to something like that. If
They're not gonna find out because I'll kill myself.
insane.
If something goes slightly wrong during this, Rudel is straight up detonating.
Adrian, why would we ever want to associate the name of our ship and the people here with this incident at all? If there is going to be an explosion like we expect there to be.
Because
Just
once he
leave.
dies,
Once he dies,
What would they speak with dead with?
No, the captain is right.
500
There are
pounds.
ways for them
Yeah.
to speak with the corpse. Even a mote of dust is enough. But we are damned if we do, damned if we don't. If we turn him in, they interrogate him alive, they learn everything about our ship. If he is dead, they figure out why he did what he did, and we can only pray to the gods that he does not mention our names. The best way
They know.
would be for us to kill him ourselves, but there is no way to do this.
Snort,
Alright?
do you know where he is going? You need to answer now.
No, I know. I think it's some kind of store, some kind of magic store.
Okay, there can only be so many of those, right?
Oh, fuck.
Yeah,
even
probably.
if we know his final destination, how does this help us? We cannot kill a man in broad daylight.
Well, I can.
No,
You can.
Wow.
you can do it.
Sorry,
and
I
get
can't get
caught.
away with it. I guess. Yeah.
It's a snortism.
Yeah. Glad that's catching on.
I must
If
admit,
he's
I say we try to run the blockade tonight. Go as quickly as we possibly can.
We don't need to run the blockade.
Sure,
have
we
a way
travel
through.
as fast as we possibly can. Go there, show our pass, get out of here and before day rises. Push the men to the edge of exhaustion if we must.
We still need to complete the mission we've been given.
Fine,
we
we
have
do
to
the
hang
mission.
around for 2 days anyway.
We'll be beyond the blockade at that point, correct?
Yes, but I think it's going to cause problems for us later. We know they have the capability of spreading our name and ship up and down the northern kingdom.
And the Master Sergeant made the good point that even if we turn him in, that will also cause us problems.
It will cause us problems now, which will delay us, but we will still end up being let go.
Delayed.
Versus
Infinitely
if we run.
when we are hanging from our necks because we harbored hags.
With respect, Captain, I don't want to talk to another. I don't trust these people won't just kill us if it's in the open.
They know we're pirates. They already know that.
This whole city, really?
Well, the people in charge do.
And you think they will spare us? You think they will extend their hands to spare pirates?
If we turn them in, maybe.
They can get
No,
anyone
why
to
would they
destroy
ever
the
get-
Pharaoh.
Crab will
I don't
mumble
think
something.
I had a bad idea.
Hey, let us just tell the authorities, hey, one of our crew members is planning to steal from the government, but we didn't. What are they gonna think? They're gonna think that, we're fucking mongrels. That we aren't even deserving of the task of defeating this one fucking ship past the fucking border.
And they wouldn't put us under zone of truth and find out 100% that none of us knew anything about it.
You think those are the only questions they'll ask?
Here.
We've done heinous things on this ship. I don't want them knowing everything that we've done for the sake of we could just leave.
Fine. Let's leave then.
Other soldiers back.
We should
I
wait
haven't
for the
seen the
Marines.
Well, yes, obviously we have to wait for the Marines.
I didn't know it was so obvious. Sorry.
You did nothing wrong, Snort.
Oh, thanks. I just get kind of stressed when everyone's yelling.
It is a stressful time.
Alright. Thanks, Crab. You're a good guy.
Because it made us look so innocent the last time we did it. And I'm going to just go into the cabin.
Okay.
William is just in the corner.
Dude, the
Dude,
rest of
wait,
the
yeah,
crew
this is
the-
awesome. This is like such an analog to Session 1. This is like beautiful storytelling.
Yeah, the rest of the crew is on like the second deck of the ship, like just below the top deck, listening to this fucking like marriage story level drama unfold above them. And they're just like, oh my god.
William's like, he worshipped a
Yeah,
hag?
he's like, what the fuck? Yeah, like, wait, what do they mean by doing horrible shit? What does that mean?
I
People
cannot
were
get-
in, that's why your ship is empty.
I cannot get over Svensson yelling.
Holy shit.
It's like an all-time moment.
Oh, God.
It's your second day on the ship, and the little halflings like, yeah, the bosun made a bomb out of 500 pounds of gunpowder.
Wait, sorry, that's
The
still...
government.
I'm sorry, that still doesn't fuck. I'm going to come back out.
Yeah.
Unios, do we have the ballista?
Yes, we have 2 of them.
How quickly can we mount them in place of the cannon?
Oh, ask the Marines. I don't know.
Oh, actually, I'll go to Shaibon. That's probably a Shaibon question.
Yeah, I mean,
It's
Shaibon
actually a
is going to
real
have to
question,
work
yeah.
overnight. Yeah. Shaibon hasn't done it
Shaibon.
before, so he's just going to be making like new fittings and stuff. 'cause it's,
Captain,
you know.
Captain, can't we
Wait,
just fireball the ship we're supposed to torpedo?
We're not to get that close.
Oh shit. Okay, I can. Wait. How close is too close?
Cannon range.
Do you have a number?
Anything less than, well, I suppose ballista. Actually, let me go look at.
Isn't it cannon range is like something like 1,000 feet?
Your cannons
It's
can
like
shoot 3,000.
3,000, isn't it?
3,000 feet.
Mm-hmm.
Why can't we just use our cannon with the normal balls?
I'm checking, and I'm pretty sure no gunpowder because Rudel stole all.
No, you still
We
have
have
some.
one barrel.
No, he
You
didn't
have-
take all of it.
Yeah, you have
One
230
barrel,
pounds
5
left.
kegs.
Yeah.
Wait, really? Oh,
Yeah,
Jesus,
we have not like a ton, but enough for a combat.
How
Yeah.
They're
how
still
quickly
enchanted,
does
right? They should be fine unless he dies in the middle of us doing combat.
Which
He
I think-
disabled the enchantment on the guns.
I think that we are under the
On one
impression
of
that
them,
they
you
are
do
still
it on
enchanted.
one of them?
Only on the back one, I disabled it.
Don't you have 2 bag? Oh, because one of them's a real bag of holding. I forgot. Yeah, true.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Where's our gunpowder?
it's near the bottom
Oh,
of the
there it is.
armory.
Oh, we still have 1 barrel of gunpowder. Oh, I thought he had all of
And
them.
5 kegs, which
Yeah.
is
And 5
roughly one
pigs.
barrel.
Oh,
Yeah, we're chilling. We're chilling.
How quickly do we go through gunpowder when actually firing it?
You basically go through a powder horn per shot.
Oh, that is so much. Okay, that's like several. It's like what, more than
We have a
100
lot.
shots?
Yeah, we've got a lot.
Yeah.
Okay,
We
all
just
right,
had so much fucking gunpowder.
Yeah.
all right, all right. That was what I was worried about.
Let's hit the water.
All right,
If
never mind.
I
Chad,
somehow
no,
get through this, I'm rich.
Yeah, I mean, you just open a magic shop and
Somehow.
don't have to split the profits.
Yeah, and then
so,
you're
yeah.
gonna destroy it, so you'll lose all that money, and then who knows what the hag will give.
No, but he has 5
Yeah.
pounds of gunpowder because
Oh,
he's
that's
not
right.
gonna
Yeah,
blow
no,
it.
yeah.
Because again,
That is true. That is
Yeah.
true. I forgot about the 500 pounds of gunpowder.
and
It
Blake, you
doesn't-
will get through this because again, I think it's a pretty good plan.
His getaway vehicle isn't a vehicle anymore.
Huh?
He
Oh,
has no
getaway.
getaway.
uh,
Anyways,
Plum Wrath of
Well,
blesses you.
okay. To be fair, he could have, and he was like, "Nah, I'm not gonna come back."
yeah. Anyways,
Yeah, it was either that and get like torched by the crew.
nah.
we weren't gonna kill you.
I'm sorry.
I don't know. I don't know what to tell you. We had a whole argument about like, oh, you were. If we were gonna do that, we would have just left you immediately.
Yeah, Crab did say he would veto with fire, which.
Yeah. Bang in
Anyways,
line.
you guys wait on the deck for another 20 minutes or so, because like I said, this conversation was really late in the evening, like when you are already waiting for the Marines to show up. And the 3 Marines will head down the deck. They are a teensy bit intoxicated. And the lead Marine, Taloy, will, sort of climb up the gangplank. And, like, everyone's awake. Like, half the crew's on the top deck, like, talking about it. There's lots of talking on the second deck where the rest of the crew is chatting. Crab looks pissed. That's never a good
I'm
sign.
gonna be the bosun.
So Taloy will walk past Snort and past Shaibon, who's currently figuring out,
Hey,
like,
Taloy.
who's going to make the cannons work. Taloy will glance over at
Here's the real
Snort.
question.
I think I'm gonna be the bosun.
I feel really bad for William, and I kind of want to like let him go before we leave. But at the same
Yeah.
time, he already knows all this shit, and now if we just let him go, that's just bad.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
not
we
really an
can't let him
option
go.
anymore.
Yep.
Gee,
Taloy will-
and more importantly, he still needs to go to Dusong.
Promised to
Give Tommy ends, complete with trauma.
Taloy will head into the captain's cabin and say, Captain Svensson,
I don't suppose you found him.
we got... I'll admit, sir, I'm not entirely sure what happened. We were told that he was in a bar, and me and the other 2 went into it, and we asked around, and people agreed that they'd seen Rudel inside, but he disappeared into a back room and then never emerged.
Yeah, I think he's disguised.
Oh,
Doesn't matter. We're leaving.
yes, sir.
For brevity's sake, he's planning on stealing from a magic shop owned by the government,
I
and so
see.
we're leaving him.
All right.
Bigger issue. He's taken 500 500.
Also,
Things about gunpowder.
you all, I'll get Vezio on it, but you all are going to need to learn how to shoot the cannon.
Who will teach us?
I mean, it's just gonna have to figure it out.
He just sort of
Wait,
nods.
sorry, is there nobody
There's-
on the ship that knows how
there's
to do
no
it?
one
No,
left.
not anymore.
There's no one left.
The last
Vezio
person
didn't
was
know?
Rudel.
Vezio never learned. He didn't have to. The foreguard, it was the forecastleman and the afterguard who knew how to do it, and Rudel was one of the people who taught them. And with all of those
Any
people
chance
gone,
that through quick learning I could know a little bit about it?
nope, because you never
Okay.
dedicated time to learning it.
Alright,
Damn it.
while I'm okay, fuck. Could I try and like, I don't know, find a way to like it's how complicated is manning a cannon? Is there like a
It's
whole
very,
system
because if you
involved?
overpack it, you will actually like kill people. Because if you overpack a gun, it'll explode, and that's very dangerous. So there is a way to do it. It's just you underpack it consistently, and you do an insane amount of tests, and you get a piece of paper where you record exact distances of how far it goes on each. Basically, you slowly learn from scratch how to do it without blowing yourself up. But that's a lot of gunpowder and a lot of time, more importantly. And your carpentry skills does not assist there.
How much gunpowder?
It doesn't matter because it's on the scale of weeks. It's not something that can be done a relevant time scale.
Wait, can we even? So we can't use the cannon at all.
You can. It's just a disadvantage,
Oh.
and it has a misfire chance now.
Well, we have two of them, I suppose. So let's hope to God that.
Well, and
Let's
can we
hope to
not
God
also
we can-
use
we
the
can get it.
ballista?
There's not
they're
room
not
for them to be
mounted
set up
anywhere.
on your ship. Yeah. Well, you guys go pay your final fee to the harbor master. I think it was an electrum. I'm pretty sure it was an electrum. So Unios
William
an electrum from the
know how
ship
to
sheet.
fire a cannon.
William unfortunately does not know how to do that. If you wanted to make you a sage lounge, though, he'll kill that shit.
Oh fuck yeah.
Yeah.
Dude,
Sage
Sage.
Lounge.
It's a
Chair.
couch.
It is a chair.
Oh,
Couch chair. You guys slip your moorings after you pay the harbor master fee, and on black waters, in the dead of night, you leave Chalcedon headed west. And I think for the rest of the session, depending on how long this takes, we'll be covering Rudel's perspective. So if you guys want to go grab a drink or grab a snack or whatever, that's fine. 'cause
Yeah, I
we're
think
gonna
it's
be
third beer
cutting
time. I'll be right back.
All right, sounds good.
let's go.
It's
I'm
time to
up and
crack
out.
into the
Can we take
alcohol.
like 90 seconds while I do that?
Sure, yeah.
Okay.
Alcohol time.
Yeah, I'll pause the thing for like 90 seconds.
5,
Welcome back
4,
to Voyages of the Defiance. We are going to pick up where we left off. Rudel. It's bright and early in the morning, and it's raining. You get your complimentary breakfast, a part of you suspecting that someone will come for you, considering that message you got the night before, but no one does. And you walk out into the streets of Chalcedon. It's about 9:30, so you have about 30 minutes before the magic shop opens. Rain is pelting down on the city in the cold October weather. You feel a sort of chill run through you. This rainy, gloomy weather somewhat reminds you of Galadrim.
I think I'll check the docks and see when some ships are leaving and where to.
You head on down to the docks. You notice the Defiance is gone, and you head to the harbor master. I guess more so, where do you want to go?
Also raw.
There is a ship. It's a ship of the Law Escatir Trading Company that is bound for the port of St. Knezer. They are delivering medical supplies.
When is it leaving?
It is leaving in about 2 days.
Okay. Is there any ship that's leaving, like... I guess, like, I don't have to go to Ulsara immediately. It would actually be better if I didn't take a straight route.
There is a ship leaving today. There is a ferry headed over to West Anathul, the capital of Westbar.
Is there any other ships that are leaving today?
there's a small private skipper that is going on a trip over to Swineset, but this one has a little stamp next to it marking that you will need to get permission from the local lord, since it's going to a kingdom that you're hostile with.
Yeah. Okay, so the other one is just Westbar.
Uh-huh.
I guess, yeah, the real problem is breaking it before... I guess I'm overthinking that part. I could take it one step at a time and, like, get the item and then contact Klimretha and then ask her what to do.
Yeah.
But also, the item didn't seem like a really big, what is it? Like a big deal, so to say. Like a high-level item. It was... When I read the book, did it dedicate its, like, the rarity of the lantern?
Yeah, it would be considered rare.
Okay. And to my knowledge, it's only, like, common magical items that... What is it? That are able to break with...
Not
standard
necessarily.
arrows.
Common, uncommon, it more so depends whether the enchantment includes making the item immune to destruction, which is common in many more powerful items, but not all of them. Like, a very infamous example of this is there's something called magical paints, I believe is what they're called, something like that. Those are legendary rarity, but if you just dilute them in water, you can just, like, destroy the item functionally.
Weird.
Yeah.
I feel like if I contact Klimretha and be like, how do I destroy it? She'll be like, she'll tell me to go fuck myself.
Has she ever said that?
No, but... You know what? Fuck it. Let's try it.
Okay.
Let's go to, like, a bathroom and do the old stab myself song and dance.
Yeah. Remove a pent.
Remove a pet. Yeah.
You have to buy a drink at the bar before they let you use their bathroom. Gas station style.
Oh, yeah.
Well, I guess psychotic gas station style. And you head into the bathroom. There's the loud sound of day drinkers outside. And you cut your palm. The blood runs down your hand. You receive 1d4 damage. I'll let you roll that. And after that, you, with the blood dripping from your hand, you form a circle on the ground. You begin to dance in one direction, widdershins in another. And then finally you speak the words as your chest begins to roar with heat. Klimretha, Klimretha, Klimretha. And almost immediately, all ambient sound fades, and you find yourself in that dark place. That place with such inky blackness and void that the only thing visible are two glowing red eyes.
Klimretha, I have a plan that I'm going to execute within the hour. I only have one question before I do. How am I to destroy this item?
Throw it against the ground.
Thank you. That is all.
I can sense you think you're going to die.
It is possible.
Do not be afraid. If you die, our contract will be fulfilled.
And that is the most that I can ask.
You feel... At first you think it's finger, but then you realize it's the back of one of her nails, almost claw-like in nature, touch your cheek and sort of drag down to your jawline, and then the vision fades, and the natural ambiance of the city returns.
Alright. Time to go execute this plan.
All right. Where to?
first of all, do I still have access to my room?
Yeah, you have access to it until early this evening.
Is there any like notary provided in that room?
What do you mean by that?
Something I could just like write like I have a bomb.
Oh,
give
no,
me
but you can
lantern.
request it. You can get some
Yeah.
parchment, some ink, and a pen. You can scribble it down on a little piece of parchment, fold it up once the ink's dried.
Yeah, I'll scribe like I have 500 pounds of gunpowder in my sack.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or in like my bag of.
No, I got that.
And then I will head off to do this plan.
Okay. You make your way towards the fancier part of the city, in the direction of Merlin's Oddities and Curios. The street is rainy, and two very depressed-looking men-at-arms sit on this street with not really ponchos, more so tarps draped about their shoulders, cloaks that are keeping them dry in the rain. And one of them gives you sort of like a half gesture of like hello as you enter the street.
I'm sorry, I saw Xander's meme.
Yeah.
And you make your way. You make your way in the direction of Merlin's Oddities and Curios. You climb up the steps. The familiar man, you've met him like 4 times at this point, though he only knows he's met you twice, is standing in that antechamber. He looks up at you and says, "Ah, you're looking a bit rough. Bad night of sleep?"
Yeah, you could say that. I'm a bit excited for for the items I'm looking for.
Well, he's meeting with another client buying scrolls right now, so we have to wait for a couple of minutes. If you'd like my recommendation, there's a lovely cafe down the street. They're open this time of day.
Oh, thank you. I'll indulge in that.
All right,
So-
I'll go grab you then when he's done with the current client.
Yeah, and I will go enjoy possibly my last,
What is his last meal that he orders?
something light. So
Like
probably
a coffee or like a... Well, coffee's very expensive here. More like a tea.
yeah, like a tea and like like a sandwich maybe.
Okay. You get a little sandwich. You get a little nice chamomile tea. Piping hot. And give it a couple sips. You eat your sandwich, and about 15 minutes later, the exact length of time that he said it would be, the man pokes his head into the cafe, sees you, he walks on over. Master Merlin's freed up now.
Thank you. I'll head over there now.
Yeah, you and
So
him will
I'll-
walk together, and he'll use like sort of the billowing left part of his cloak to like lift it up and over your head so the rain hits the cloak instead of you. And the two of you will walk up into the antechamber, and he'll fiddle with the lock. An arcane glyph lifts, and you'll walk into the chamber beyond. It is the showroom, the one that you're very familiar with at this point. Everything is as it was. No auctions have yet been held. In the middle of the chamber is Merlin, and he has his back turned towards you, and as you enter, he spins around with a flourish and underdoes the same routine he did last time you were here. He says, "Greetings, I am Merlin, and this is my shop of oddities and curios. You've not been here before, correct?"
No, I have not.
"Well, I've been told you're in the market for some scrolls."
Yes, something along these lines. And as I hold it, I'm going to hand him the paper, but I'm also gonna reach in my bag, hold it there, and ready a scorching ray.
Into the interior of the bag?
We went over this, Blake. That doesn't work.
Well, it does.
It does not?
It blows him up.
Oh, I see.
I would recommend doing a firebolt, because Scorching Ray you can't prepare spells that cost spell slots, or you have to expend it after the end of 6 seconds.
Yeah, I'll do that.
Alright, you ready a firebolt for the interior of the void, ready to make a rocket engine at a moment's notice. He looks at the note, and his expression changes. It's not so much that he, gets nervous, it's just that showmanship that he puts on completely fades away, and he just sort of looks at it with a neutral expression. I see. Well, that is quite troublesome now, isn't it? I assume this is there's a reason behind this threat.
Yes.
I mean, I have to ask you. I'm sure you won't answer. Is someone putting you up to this? I'm sure I pay more than whatever they are.
You can't.
My pockets go quite deep. I met with the Queen just yesterday.
Just give me the item.
He gestures towards the different pedestals. Which one are you here for, then?
The lantern.
Really?
Yes, really.
Not the... Alright. You're sure? There's no talking you out of this?
Just give it to me.
He starts to walk over in the direction of the lantern. He's being pretty slow with his movements. Whether that's
I'll
to
tell him.
do something
Yeah, I'll tell him
or
to hurry
like...
up. Hurry up, hurry up, hurry up.
Yeah, he walks over to the pedestal. He picks up the lantern, and it lifts so easily. You don't see any like glyphs stop glowing or anything like that. And as he picks up the lantern, he begins to cast a spell.
Can I recognize what it is?
You have about a millisecond to do so, so roll me an Arcana check, and it's going to have to be very high. Because if you want to still do your Firebolt before his goes into effect, you have to start it almost immediately. No, you have no idea what the spell is.
Can I use my inspiration?
Okay, reroll it. And roll a second one. Oh. It has to be very high, to be clear.
I'm going to use my Flash of Genius.
With the 25, it's a teleport spell.
Yeah, I'm gonna... What is it? I'm gonna set off the firebolt in his direction. Or... point it at him, and then I'm gonna set it off.
Okay. Let me pull something up real quick. What's your maximum hit points?
36. Or, no, 41.
41. Okay, and it's 36 for that amount. You have 500 pounds, so it'd be... Okay. We're gonna cut back to the Defiance. You would have taken 750 d6 fire damage. So you are dead, to be clear.
Yeah.
But is the lamp also dead?
Who knows? He wasn't there for that. Actually, sorry, there is one last thing we need to do with Rudel. We rarely do these, but in this case, I believe it is relevant.
Divine intervention?
No. No, the opposite, in fact.
Oh,
Brutal.
Worse. Demonic intervention.
There's a flash of white light. And then it's gone. And you're in a
Can I at
strange
least
place.
destroy the item?
You don't know. Flash of white light, then you're gone. Beneath you, the floor is pitch black. And the sky above you is a roiling thunderstorm. You don't feel fully like yourself. You're almost transparent, see-through. You've heard of this place in legends and stories. A place you dreaded because it is where all people will eventually end up. The realm of souls. And as you sit here, just more trying to understand, this isn't what you expected. You can think, you can feel like you feel things. This is way closer to life than you had ever expected. And then you see a form sort of fade in front of you. It's less so the full form of Clemretha, but just an apparition of it. The sort of outline of her body and her glowing red eyes, and a clawed hand extends in your direction. It is time.
Did I at least complete the mission?
It doesn't matter anymore.
No, I'll walk towards her.
Yeah. And as you take her hand, her face changes, almost from a motherly, caring, to a cruel smile. You should have read the fine print of our deal. I'm going to have a wonderful time with you.
Elle
Wait, there was no fine print. It was like a very simple deal. That was the whole point.
Unless you looked on the back and read the invisible ink. Oof, made a contract with a demon without even reading the hidden script.
Oh,
Oh my god.
Oh,
See, I
no.
should have thought of that. Illusionary
You didn't actually
switchblades.
hear the unspoken words in a deal with a demon. That's crazy.
No.
So we are
What were the
going
words,
to.
Alex?
Who knows?
Do I get
All
details
right,
on what
all right.
happens to me?
No, because you go beyond the veil, and no one ever gets details beyond that.
Dang.
Well, we cut back to the Defiance.
I'm gonna be the bosun. I'm gonna be the bosun.
Yeah, we cut back to Snort. It's bright and early in the morning, and there is only one natural thing that must take place because Brutal's not here right now, and no one else is up early in the morning. It's basically just you about the top deck. It's like 6 a.m. You guys spent the night traveling westward, but you didn't make that much progress before just sheer exhaustion forced people to sleep. So you're dancing about the top deck, and then the captain opens his cabin, and Adrian, you just see Snort dancing back and forth, singing to himself. I'm gonna be the
bosun. I'm gonna be the bosun.
Snort.
Huh?
A word, please.
Alright.
I'll go in there.
Yeah.
Snort on over.
Well,
Hello.
you're the bosun's mate.
Yeah.
There is no bosun.
Uh-huh.
I get kind of giddy, like rocking back and forth.
Congratulations, Snort. You're the bosun.
Let's go.
And
Okay,
I'll,
Captain.
I'll reach out my hand to shake his.
I will shake yours. It's a tiny bit slimy, but it's. Well, sorry, I like wipe it on my leg first, and then I go to shake you. It's less slimy
Okay.
than normal.
Oh, that's good. Okay.
Yeah.
Captain, I will not let you down. I have been training for this for a significant portion of my life.
Wait, don't go. That was a good one, Snort.
Thanks.
I'm sure you'll do fine.
Yeah. What do you, anything you need me to do first, or is it just up to me to make sure that stuff goes well and the crew stays happy?
It's up to you. Like I said, I
Oh.
trust you'll do fine.
All right. All right. Well, just you, me, and Ionios in charge now.
Well, and Georg,
Okay. Well, yeah,
Although
but
I
he's
suppose-
always drunk.
he is always drunk.
And Crab's kind of drunk on power, so. I
He
feel like
seems to have calmed down a little bit, but
Yeah,
he does
I
always
know.
have the threat
I
of
know.
eternal fireball.
one time there was this Booyog who kind of snapped and
What can you do? This is a dangerous job.
yeah, I don't know. It's just that sometimes they kind of come back to Earth, but he ain't the same. I tell you that much.
Probably true.
Yeah. Me though, same old snort I always been.
God knows that's true.
Cool. Well, to Toussaint we go.
Yeah, we do have a bit of
Aye.
time left in our session, so actually quite a bit of time. So I say, let's start traveling, boys. Let's go back to the world map. Woo!
Wait, we do?
Alex, was there any kind of explosion that happened?
Oh
Do
wait,
you
I
not get
miscalculated the
details?
time.
I was about to say, do we?
We'll do one final scene before we end. You guys spend one night traveling westward, and you got quite a bit of progress, but exhaustion forced you to stop. Final thing we're gonna do. Unios, quickly roll 2 navigation checks just to farm up some of those dice. That is pass. And you guys continue westward, mostly following the coast. And as you travel forward, you see the force, which you would have had to overcome if you did not have Lord's permission. That being 8 warships spread across at about mile intervals across the Straits of Giles. A mile is not that far to see on the open ocean, so sneaking past them would have been very difficult. And as you approach, one of the warships leaves the formation, approaches you guys with intent to board, and you let them. And they lower their gangplank, you make your way on over there, Svensson, and you present your Lord's permission to cross the blockade. The captain looks at it for a couple moments. He even seems to inspect the bottom for authenticity. And then he nods.
Well, good luck heading west. I hear that winter storms are going to be rolling in soon.
Yeah, hopefully we'll make it to our destination before then. If not, well...
Where are you headed?
Tucson. So we got a ways to go.
Where in Tucson?
Amiens.
I'd avoid that if I were you. We had a ship coming through a couple of days ago who said the plague is there.
Not much to be done. Have to. But I'll keep that in mind.
Fair enough. Well, good luck on your trip.
What now?
Good luck on your trip.
Thank you. Good luck with whatever this is. And I'll head back to the Defiance.
Yeah, the gangplank is lifted, and the Defiance travels westward. Next session, we will cross Midland Sea and very likely get to our destination of Amiens. So I think that's all I got for this week. So bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.